For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Shirley, thank you for breaking that news. Troy,
that's supposed to be funny.
Thank you for people that just got in their cars that missed that.
I can now confirm.
If you're just tuning in.
Well, sometimes I need to. Shirley reported, I confirmed.
Troy, I am very impressed. I want you to be a part of the breaking news, boys.
Consider it done. I'm in.
The newest
Our team
member.
is growing.
Shirley, you should report that.
Thank you for letting me be on the boat with the breaking news, boys.
Absolutely.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree? Sustained effort and violence.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
Cool, neat story. Was that supposed to be funny?
This is why nobody else can get on the Sug boat.
You know what? We couldn't get on the Sug boat
It's a test.
What's the point of kissing his ass if we can't get on the Sug boat?
It's a test. Y'all are haters and non-believers.
Sug.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, it is game night in Greenville, North Carolina. East Carolina basketball in action tonight, 7 o'clock, Minges Coliseum, as the Pirates will welcome in the Temple Owls. Rematch from a game earlier this year where Damian Dunn, Kinston native, had 33 points, including the three-pointer at the buzzer to knock off the Pirates. Should be a good one tonight. We'll talk a lot about that one coming up on today's program and a whole lot more. You're tuned in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250, 930, also online, pr927fm.com. And you can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. You can be a part of the show. What do you think about tonight's game? What's going on in the NFL? What's going on across the sports world? You can chime in with your questions, comments, concerns on today's program on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter. All right, coming up on today's show, a lot of guests to get to, including the voice, Jeff Charles, will be on the call tonight as the Pirates take on the Owls. We'll talk to Jeff coming up in about 20 minutes or so. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we had to move Bryce Williams around. He's going to be joining us, I believe, live on a boat fishing at 4 o'clock. So we'll have a live Pirate Radio Outdoors segment and talk some football with Bryce Williams. At 4:25, we will talk to Brett Hickman. He is a high school football coach, and he contributes to Hoist the Colors during the football season, doing film breakdowns, Q&As. Was recently at a coach's clinic, and if you're on social media, you saw a lot of these pictures with Ruffin McNeil and Mike Houston and Blake Harrell, coaches, high school coaches, CJ Wilson, Brandon Simmons, all those guys. So we'll talk about that clinic. We'll talk some Pirate football. He's also, I believe, a Washington Commanders fan. So we'll talk about that and more with Brett Hickman coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. At 5 o'clock, my Commander cohort, Billy Weaver, will give his thoughts on the Washington NFL name change. And we'll talk Super Bowl, NFL, Pirate Hoops, and more with Weave in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll also make you a winner on today's show, so stay tuned for that. All right. Chandler, my Facebook memory today has me in section 213 with my mom and dad. And it says they aren't the Minges maniacs, but the next best thing. I'm hanging out with the Minges geriatrics. I'm sorry. And we look really happy to be
Look
in
at
Minges.
Pam Brock.
Yeah. Pam, that was 2012, February 2nd. And coming up tonight, I plan to be there. Maybe a little late, but I plan to be there in section 213 along with
I'll be there.
Chandler Honeycutt, Clifton Brock Jr., and some screaming Pirate fans as East Carolina takes on Temple tonight. And Chandler, at last look, Temple was a 1.5 point favorite. I believe that line has gone down since
Already?
it came out. So some people taking the Pirates. I like the Pirates tonight.
I was going to say, you're one of those people.
For whatever reason.
I'm one of those people. I like the Pirates tonight.
Why do you like the Pirates tonight?
We just need a bounce back. And I think I like us being at home. We played them tough on the road the last go-round. Damian Dunn, though, dropping 33 points and the game winner there at the end of the game.
Bold prediction. Damian Dunn will not score 33 points tonight.
I'm with that bold prediction.
All right.
What hurts the most, though,
is being so close.
Is being so close.
And having so much to say.
him being from so close in Kinston, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we have to worry about that tonight. I'm going to take the Pirates. Pirates get it done at home tonight against the Owls.
All right, so that's coming up 7 o'clock. We'll preview it with Jeff Charles coming up in a moment. Let's see what else is going on tonight in the AAC. It's a big night of basketball as we look around the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck. Hornets in action tonight taking on the Celtics. Didn't they just play the Celtics?
A couple weeks ago on ESPN.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hornets on the road. Haven't seen that line.
No Gordon Hayward tonight. He did clear safety protocols with COVID, but he did not make the trip to Boston, so he's out tonight for the Hornets.
Kelly Oubre did not play in the last game. Is he playing tonight?
That is a good question. I will have to look that up.
For some reason, there is a college basketball game going on right now. Florida has a 3-2 lead over Missouri as they just tipped off 3 o'clock Eastern time on SEC Network. So, hey, live college hoops to watch while I'm here. I'll take it any day of the week, especially on Wednesday. Let's go AAC before I look at top 25 action coming up tonight. Oh, the Corey Glores will be at Houston. I saw Corey's video.
Worst seat in the house?
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. He goes to the opposing arena and finds the worst absolute seat to sit in to watch the game. And I saw his video he did earlier today in Houston. It'll be Tulane at number 6 Houston coming up 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN Plus. The only other AAC game is Temple at ECU. So you've got some games coming up on Thursday. Wichita State at SMU. The Ponies are 16-4, 7-1 in league play. And then the War on I-4. What do they call the South Florida UCF game?
I don't know.
I think that's it for football.
War on I-4. That sounds like a pretty cool name.
South Florida at UCF coming up. And Memphis, Cincinnati. Shirley, do you still have the Shirley Rhodes bad news theme?
Bum, bum, bum.
That's not it.
Yeah, give me just 1 second and I'll load it up for you here.
Or the bomb, 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 bomb,
That's
bomb,
what I'm
That would be the one.
Have we got rid of all the bad news?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I just got to find it.
All right.
There it is.
Okay.
Whoops.
God, you remember we used to play this like
a lot?
Like literally, this would be like every 30 seconds.
This was during like college football, when college football was getting ramped back up during the COVID year in 2020, and there was like constant cancellations and postponements.
Games were being canceled, conferences were being canceled. Well, we have a postponement for a basketball game tomorrow night.
COVID related?
That's the good news, Chandler. It is not COVID related. It is weather related because there's going to be some weather in Cincinnati. It'll be Cincinnati and Memphis postponed. We're scheduled to play coming up Thursday. That game will not happen. Oh.
Whoa.
Now we're shooting.
The guns are firing.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
In the galaxy.
Pew, 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 pew.
I want a T-shirt so bad that just says pew pew on it.
Last night, Wichita State beat Tulsa 58-48.
Am I supposed to be killing the music?
Yes. Wichita State played last night. Whoa, was that
Chewy?
That was Chewy.
Chewbacca.
I can't do it. I'm not even going to try.
Wichita State.
It would sound like a really, really bad version of whatever that panther roar you come up with. Donald Duck. Every time. Sorry, go ahead.
Wichita State played last night. They play again Thursday. That seems like a lot of basketball in a very short amount of time. So I'm just pointing that out. All right, so that's what's going on in the Americana. Top 25 tonight. Number 4, Purdue at Minnesota. Vandy's at number 5, Kentucky. Villanova at Marquette, 10 o'clock tonight on FS1. State plays, Gary.
State
plays at 9 o'clock tonight again.
Baby T.
Syracuse.
Baby T, corner 3. Got it.
Touchdown State.
Touchdown State.
I tell you.
In the Case H red zone.
Tickles me every time. It'll be State Syracuse. So are you going to trivia after basketball?
I will be there.
Well, Chandler, that game tips off at 9, so I'm going to be requesting a lot of Gary Hahn from you.
I might look up and do the play-by-play in Gary Hahn's voice the whole time.
Please do. I'll give you the mic, and you can just do that the entire time we're out there.
And Miami plays tonight.
The U.
It's all about the U.
It's all about the U. CJ Schaefer checking in on YouTube.
Where is he?
Yeah, where are you, CJ?
You know you work here, right? Well, yesterday he told us he had so many jobs he was doing over there. I told him maybe he should take the day off. I guess he did.
He took your word.
He took you up on that offer, I guess.
I told him he needed a mental health day for all the work he was doing here.
Hey, Clip, I need a mental health day because, I do a lot of work over this side of the glass.
Sure, take it. By the way, I'm not authorized to tell people when and when not to show up to work, right?
I was about to say.
That is not one of my duties here at Pirate Radio.
Who said?
Good question. CJ says Brandon Suggs, heart and soul of the team, will lead the team morally from the sidelines. Pirates get a big win. By the way, we do have a new member of the Sugboat, Alex Marion, last night requested. And this is how you get on the Sugboat, people. You show receipts, as they say. I guess he searched every time Brandon Suggs had been mentioned in a text that he sent. He had a laundry list of Brandon Suggs compliments. He posted those, asked for permission to come aboard the boat. Alex Marion, who is a former ECU basketball manager.
So he was granted permission aboard the boat.
He's part of the family.
Oh, wait a minute.
So I figured he should be welcomed on.
Congrats, Alex.
Yep. Congratulations to Alex Marion.
It's it sounds like extra credit. Like if you do this, you'll get this reward.
Have you noticed though the last two people to get on did something unsolicited? It was not an assignment. CJ came up with this stat of how much ECU's been outscored since Brandon Suggs got hurt.
Right.
He came up with that on his own. And then last night, Alex sent me the pictures, the evidence of him being a Brandon Suggs stan, unsolicited. So you go the extra mile. The Sugboat's 2 miles off the coast. You go 1 mile, but to get on, you got to go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I mean, Bert?
Know what I mean, Bert?
You know what I'm talking about?
Susan Dean says, #fire Matt Rule.
You might not have to worry about firing at all. He might just get up and leave himself.
I don't know why I just threw my pen on the ground.
It gets you excited, I know.
We are on it has been a plethora of good news for the Panthers. Most of that being because other teams are getting worse. Sean Payton retiring.
Tom Brady retiring.
Matt Ryan getting older by the day. Literally by the second, Matt Ryan's getting older. Is Matt Ryan a factor anymore in your football life?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember the days where I used to dread facing Matt Ryan.
And Julio.
Yeah.
But those days are long gone.
I remember the days of Tony Gonzalez, too, like the later days, which he kind of still dominated, not as much as he did in his prime, but...
I saw Falcons-Redskins live at FedEx, and Tony Gonzalez caught a touchdown. That was pretty cool.
That is cool.
See a Hall of Famer.
That's
score.
a cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story.
Chandler, there could be the best news of all for you and Susan and Tony and all the rule haters out there. If Jim Harbaugh goes to Minnesota to coach the Vikings, Michigan will have a big-time opening, and they're going to look to bring in a big-time coach that has had big-time success at the big-time college football big-time level. And it don't get no more big-time than Matt Rule.
Matt Rule, baby.
Now, we've heard this discussion. Was the talk that Matt Rule had interest in Michigan or that Michigan had interest in Matt Rule?
I've seen just today.
Fire and rain.
Just today I've seen multiple reports saying that Michigan has Matt Rule as on their wish list, and I've seen also some reports that that's like their top target if Jim Harbaugh does take the job with the Minnesota Vikings, which I believe he's getting his second interview today with Minnesota. So yeah, I mean it's a possibility that Matt Rule could be heading to Ann Arbor. So I don't know.
You're not getting your hopes up.
No, I don't want to. This seems kind of like I don't know. It just kind of seems like a weird time. I know we still have the Super Bowl and draft still coming up. I feel like this is just a weird time to kind of, I don't know, recycle the coach.
Well, not every team has hired a coach yet, though.
That's true.
That's still happening.
Yeah. But how quickly will that process be once he takes off for the Vikings? How quickly will Matt Rule be interviewed? How quickly will he be hired by Michigan for us to, conduct a search?
And Fitterer's a football guy. He's been around a long time. Tepper has not. But if you're those guys, you've already got a list of names, right?
You got to have some.
You got to have somebody ready to roll.
Yeah, you got to have a list already just in case that happens, like a plan B. So
I just feel like, and maybe I'm just doing this to try to cheer you and Tony and Susan and everybody up, but
at this point, I think the most Matt Rule hater is Susan Deans now.
Yeah, she says if Matt Rule does go to Michigan, she'll buy us lunch.
Sweet.
All right, we're always in for free food.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll take that. You can chime in on our Facebook live feed or YouTube or Twitter.
Would also be weird just while you're thinking that he brought these new coaches in. They're expecting to work alongside Matt Rule. This is just me thinking of them. It could be weird to potentially be coaching for a coach that didn't even bring you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird to think about it right now.
But hey, Matt Rule's thinking about himself. These coaches aren't thinking about that. They're thinking about, I'm going to get out of here and go be the man at Michigan.
Right.
I'm a Michigan man. John Moody. John Moody's good about schedules, except that one time that he wasn't. Florida-Missouri game was moved up due to winter weather. So instead of postponing it, they're playing it at 3 o'clock. I like that. Good call. Not going your way right now, Chandler. 14-6, Florida leads.
Ouch.
Redbeard says at least it's not a Friday or a weekend like Chan Man likes to take off. Yeah, we'd be in trouble if this was a Friday and Chandler and CJ were gone. Chandler, you've got a bit of an Eli Manning, Cal Ripken thing going. You've been here perfect attendance for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think you missed a day this month.
No, I was here yesterday and I was here today.
I meant this year. But
I was about to say it's only the second day of the month, Clip.
I got my words wrong. I meant year.
No, I have been here all year. So.
Way to go.
I'm actually going to be missing a Friday here soon.
But will you be missed?
Oh.
You said missed and then said missing.
I'll be missing a Friday.
Shirley, like Faith, almost said Hill. Faith Evans once said, I'll be missing you.
I'll be
Was
missing
that her name?
Yeah, it was Faith Hill.
No, it was
Faith Evans. Sorry.
Yeah. You gotta have faith. Steve Hill says Clipper. Steve, how do you feel about the commander's name? React to me.
This is stupid.
Easy. Mike P. Shirley brought this to my attention before the show, so I was going to remember to bring it up.
But you didn't remember, did you?
I did.
Okay.
But if I didn't, you were going to remember.
I was going to remind you.
But now we don't need remembering or reminding because Mike P. says, I saw where the kid who Brian Kelly was dancing with in that video committed to Alabama. He rejected the family. So Brian Kelly's bumping and grinding with this recruit.
And doing the 60s party thing, you know?
Yeah, doing
what is that?
Fingers across the eyes move.
Yeah, the little, that's like a total 60s party move.
And that kid ends up not going to LSU.
That's hilarious.
I'm going to Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama. So Brian Kelly he's going to have to work on his dance moves to impress these kids. That's hilarious.
So if Matt Rule goes to Michigan, where do we want to go to lunch with Susan Deans, or what do we want her to bring us?
We have moved on from that, but you are thinking about food, and that's all you can think about now. What are you feeling? Steak, lobster, surf and turf.
I don't know. I'm not a big steak at lunch guy.
Right, too filling.
Yeah. When I think of a steak, like a steak dinner, I think of dinner.
Steak is good any time of the day.
Oh, you want a sandwich?
Or like some wings.
Every conversation about food ends up with wings with you. You just want some wings.
Is that all you eat? Is just wings?
You do love wings.
I do.
How many days out of the week do you eat wings?
Oh, my God.
Because you're going to have some tonight.
Probably like 2 or 3.
You're going to have some tonight.
Yeah.
Have you had any so far this week? Starting like Sunday.
No.
You probably had some Sunday.
No, I didn't have any Sunday.
Wow.
I probably will have some over the weekend at Tiebreak. I'll have some on Saturday during our watch along.
I want to put some ranch on it.
We will be watching East Carolina Tulane Saturday, 2 o'clock. We'll have a watch along presented by Tiebreakers, so you can hang out with us, watch us on Facebook or YouTube as we watch ECU try to go for the regular season sweep over the Fighting Corey Glores. Looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We need to take a break. I didn't even talk about the Commanders. We'll have plenty of time to do that on today's show. I'll give my thoughts. I'll get y'all's thoughts.
What about Billy Weaver's?
We'll get Billy Weaver's thoughts, Brett Hickman's thoughts, everybody's thoughts.
Lots of thoughts.
Lots of thoughts, and
so you're gonna think about some thoughts.
We could use your prayers too. Thoughts and prayers. T's and P's. Let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll visit with the voice Jeff Charles. We'll get his thoughts on Commanders and also ECU and Temple going at it tonight. We got a good one going on in Columbia, Missouri. I think that's where it's from, where they are. Florida, 17-13, as they go to a TV timeout on your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update presented by Dubuck.
Take
a timeout, come back. Jeff Charles joins us when we return after this.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the DAP House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-priced wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphouse.nc.com.
If you like the look If you like the style, you'll love it for less at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We make it so easy to bring style and beauty to every room in your home. And today, get store-wide savings on brands you love with hundreds in stock and ready for you. Pamper yourself on a new Serta Arctic mattress and get 2 free Arctic pillows. Plus, 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. Now, at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3, over!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia coming up tonight with our very own Clip Brock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's Day. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, we are going to play some sports trivia tonight after East Carolina and Temple do battle at Minges Coliseum. So come on out. We'll drop the first question around 9:15 or so, and we'll do a power hour. We'll do a lightning round, and got 30 questions ready to go for tonight.
Speaking of perfect attendance for me here at Pirate Radio to start the year, perfect attendance by me at sports trivia on Wednesdays with Clip Brock to start the year.
Part of it, Chandler, it being life, succeeding, all that stuff, is just showing up. You know? Now, what you do once you get there is one thing. I'll say this about you. You put in the work. You don't just show up.
I'm glad somebody has recognized that.
What do you mean? You feel like you go underappreciated?
Yeah.
Really?
Where?
I don't know. You're the one talking. What do you mean?
You
where?
talk about sports trivia?
Oh, you're not that good there. I'm talking about here.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about sports trivia.
No, you stink at sports trivia.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You make it fun. Especially last week when you started like doing the gritty and doing some kind of pimp walk to give your answer and you got it wrong.
Yeah.
In your defense, I had the same exact answer.
You asked me what I said, and I said what I said.
Yeah.
And you were like, dang it.
And then I went home, and I knew that... Shirley, who was the 1995 NBA Rookie of the Year?
95?
Which, by the way...
I said Kevin Garnett.
By the way, there were co-rookies of the year. I want that question stricken from the record last week, Steve. Shirley, you should know this because you watched this guy play in college, I would assume. He won, 2 championships in college? His pro career was hampered by injuries. He had Fila shoes.
Grant Hill?
Grant Hill is correct.
I was like, it's either Grant Hill or Christian Laettner, but I was like, wait a minute, but he wasn't Rookie of the Year.
No, he was not. Grant Hill and Jason Kidd were co-Rookie of the Years. I said Kevin Garnett, and my reasoning was I knew he was in the 95 draft, but then later that night I got home and I said, wait a minute, if he was drafted in 95, he couldn't win 95 Rookie of the Year because that season had just ended. So that was a bonehead move on my part. Also, he was nowhere close to winning Rookie of the Year that year. Damon Stoudemire. Do you remember?
Stoudemire.
Do you know Mighty Mouse?
No, I do remember the other Stoudemire.
The others. Damon Stoudemire went to Arizona, lefty point guard, and was one of the first Toronto Raptors players. All right, who cares? Let's move along to the voice, Jeff Charles, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. He will be on the call tonight as East Carolina takes on the Temple Owls. Jeff, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Cliff, I'm doing great. Getting ready for the Pirates and the Temple Owls tonight at 7 o'clock at Williams Arena, Minji's Coliseum. As you well know, this will be the rematch. The Pirates lost that heartbreaker to Temple in Philadelphia back on January the 8th when Damian Dotson, the young man from Kinston, hit the buzzer beater, a three-point shot off the right wing. I can still see it in my mind. Everybody in the building knew he was going to get the last shot, and he just stepped up and made a terrific shot. So you got to give him credit, and the Pirates lost that one 78-75. And Clip, we talked about this drought and how poorly the Pirates have been playing offensively. In that game at Temple on the road, they shot 51% and still lost the game. Now, most of the time when you shoot that well, you win, but it wasn't in the cards. So the Pirates owe the Owls one, and we'll see if they can get them tonight.
Had Joe Dooley on the show on Monday, Jeff, and asked him, a key or two to winning the rematch tonight in Minji's, and he said, don't let Damian Dunn score 33 points. So they gotta mark him. You mentioned the high shooting percentage that game. That first half, Jeff, was one of the best first halves of ECU basketball I can remember. They were in transition, scoring. They looked like the much better team on the court, but as we've seen a lot this year, the game has two halves, and sometimes East Carolina has not played a full basketball game to their capabilities. So hopefully a full 40 minutes tonight for East Carolina. But, man, that first half against Temple, they looked like the superior team by a wide margin.
Well, they were up by 6 at halftime, Clip. It was 40-34, and they were playing extremely well. I think that's what's been frustrating for Joe and his coaching staff and the players is they have a hard time putting 40 consistent minutes together. They will play really well in stretches, and as you mentioned, they'll play a good first half or a good second half. But as far as playing 40 minutes, it's been tough. This year, they go into these scoring droughts, and a lot of college basketball teams do this, but they go into scoring droughts, and they have a hard time scoring, and then oftentimes that affects your defense, and then they have a hard time getting stops at the other end. So they're still searching for consistency with this team, but it's getting late in the season now, and Clip, I was looking at the schedule remaining here. This is a huge month for Pirate basketball because they've got 8 games coming up in February, 4 at home and 4 on the road. Then they have that last game in March before the tournament at Wichita. So there's 9 games left. But the Pirates really need to finish strong here to avert having another losing season. And ECU has not had a winning season since the CIT championship year back during the 2012-2013 year. So it's been 8 years. If they're not able to have a winning season this year, it will be 9 years without a winning season. So there's a lot on the line. These kids want to reverse that in the worst way. They can do it. I am still very much sold on this team and their work ethic and how hard they play and how good the chemistry is. But it's going to be difficult to get down the stretch here and put up enough wins to get them over the hump. But they're still 11-9, and they're still not where they want to be in the conference at 2-6. But there have been some positives this year. But I really look at, Cliff, the last month here in February. This is going to really be the tell-all here with this basketball team, just to see in this program whether or not they're making progress, getting over the hump a bit, or if it's just going to be some more of the same old losing and another losing season. I think it's all on the line here in this month.
Jeff Charles joining us will be on the call tonight and for the remainder of the ECU basketball season. We mentioned it Monday, Jeff. What number game will this be for you tonight for ECU basketball in your career?
Tonight, Clip, it'll be number 978.
Wow. That's incredible. I'm not going to go over your win-loss record, Jeff, as the voice.
Please don't.
But
if you would not go over my win-loss record.
But man, that is awesome, voice, and you've seen some good moments, some bad in there as well. But East Carolina hopefully can pick up a win at home tonight. Jeff, some positives from Sunday. East Carolina looked like the best free throw shooting team in the country. That kept them in the game for a while. And what is it about the final 2-3 minutes, Jeff, where and this is a great sign. I asked you last week, how does a team with the way they've lost and everything not just kind of mentally give in and say, okay, let's just kind of mail it in here. They're going to fight scratch claw down the stretch. We've seen it so many times this year, and we saw it again on Sunday, actually taking a lead there inside of a minute left to play.
You're right, Cliff, and that's what I just mentioned is the fact that I'm still optimistic with these guys because they never quit, and they battle hard, they fight, and they continue to play 40 minutes, not always as well as we would all like for them to play, but the effort's there, and I think fans do appreciate that. I was really encouraged, by the way, with the crowd on Sunday for the 12 noon start.
Yeah.
I was really wondering how many folks were going to be there. But I think there's a little bit of a carryover for the Memphis win that got people excited. And so the fans were out there, and tip of the cap to the students, too. They've been great, and they were out there Sunday at noon. Hopefully they'll be out there again tonight for the 7 o'clock game. But Cliff, you mentioned all the close losses, and I was looking back at the schedule. I'm going to mention this on the network tonight in our pregame show. And it really has been a year of close wins and close losses, as we always seem to talk about, and fans talk about the close losses. Well, there have been a lot of close wins this year, too. The Pirates won by 2 over Old Dominion, by 2 over Coppin State, a 1-point win over Memphis, and a 1-point win over Southern Miss. So they've been on the other side of the coin as well with some close wins, but we always tend to focus on the close losses. But I guess in a basketball year, Clip, it all comes out in the wash. You're going to win some close ones. You're going to lose some close ones, and that's kind of where the Pirates are right now. And again, that's why I think February is so important to this basketball team.
Jeff Charles joining us. He'll be on the call tonight. East Carolina taking on Temple. Should be a good one. It was last time these two teams met in Philadelphia. Jeff, the Super Bowl is set, and how about the Cincinnati Bengals? They go on the road and knock off the Kansas City Chiefs. It'll be Burrow, Chase, and really a strong defensive effort, strong defensive side taking on the LA Rams coming up in Super Bowl 56. And we've been talking about how this is a unique matchup, kind of a neat matchup because you don't have the Tom Brady or the Patriots or a lot of the teams we've seen, the Chiefs out of it. So should be a fun Super Bowl coming up next Sunday, Voice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too, Clip, and oftentimes I don't have a dog in the fight in the Super Bowl. I just kind of watch the game, but I'll really be pulling for the Cincinnati Bengals because that is my home area, and that's where I grew up. And I remember, as we talked last week, the very first year the Bengals came to Cincinnati. So I really hope they can win it. And Joe Burrow has taken that town in the state of Ohio by storm. And he's the favorite son, as we talked last week. And, boy, what a great year he's having. And look how young he is. If he can stay healthy, it's hard to tell what he's going to do as far as putting numbers up in his NFL career. So the Bengals are a great story this year again. They're slight underdog in this game coming up, the last time I looked. So I think they can play that card going into the Super Bowl. And I know the city of Cincinnati is on fire for the Bengals. And when we were up there a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of enthusiasm for the Bengals. And now they've had this run, and here they are in the Super Bowl. So, Ohio's a great state. The Bengals have just been down for so many years. It's good to see them back on top. And my colleague, Dan Horde, was not at Minges Coliseum on Sunday when the Bearcats came in. Dan is both the voice of the Bearcats and the Bengals, and he was doing the AFC Championship game with Kansas City, so didn't get a chance to see Dan Horde, but he's a good guy, and he's very, very appreciative and grateful as to what he's been able to do this year. He said, well, the last time I talked to him, he said, I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. The Bearcats have had the great football season, their greatest in history, and went to the Final Four in college football. And now here he is in the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals. So good for him. Life's good for him in Cincinnati right now.
Yeah, instead of calling a game winner with 3 seconds left in Minges for Cincinnati, he called a walk-off field goal to get them to the Super Bowl. We played his call earlier this week on the show. Great call from the veteran play-by-play voice, Dan Horde. Jeff, maybe the Washington Commanders will be in the Super Bowl before I die once again. The name change in Washington. Any thoughts on the rebranding there for the Washington football team?
Well, if Dan Snyder is still in charge, Clip, you'll probably die before you'll see the Washington football team in the Super Bowl.
Truer words have never been spoken, Jeff, unfortunately.
I saw that, and is that the best name they could come up with?
Yeah.
And that was kind of my reaction to it. But it's like everything, you'll get used to it.
If they're 14-3, the name is awesome, Jeff. If they're 5-12, the name stinks.
Of course, and it's like the Cleveland Indians. Boy, it's going to take a lot to get used to the Cleveland Guardians this year.
All right.
But a few years down the road, and the way they market things today, and all of a sudden, if the Cleveland Guardians next year are good, or the Washington Commanders are good, and they're good at promoting and marketing, and their logos are new and flashy, and it becomes the cool thing to wear, then, a few years down the road, people will say, I kind of miss the Indians, I kind of miss the Redskins, but this new thing's pretty good. So you're right. It's all about the wins and the losses. It's kind of like being a broadcaster. I can remember many games, Clip, that I would walk out of the booth and thinking, well, I wasn't very good today, but the team won. Everybody will tell you what a great broadcast it was.
Yeah. Great call, boys. That was a great one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. What a great broadcast. I can remember a lot of games that, I thought, well, it was a pretty good broadcast today, and the Pirates lost, and nobody ever says anything, or they say the broadcast was bad. It's all about the wins and the losses, Clip, as you know.
No doubt. And you mentioned Dan Snyder, who can be looked at as one of the, if not the worst owner in the NFL. But I tell you what, Jeff, if this Miami Dolphins Stephen Ross stuff is true, Snyder's going to have some competition at the top for the worst owner in the NFL. This broke yesterday while we were live on the air, so we were trying to piece everything together. And, of course, Brian Flores, the fired coach of the Miami Dolphins, is suing the Giants, Dolphins, Broncos, and the NFL as a whole. And the part, then there's a lot of parts to this, of course, but the one that really stands out, Brian Flores claims that Dolphins owner Stephen Ross offered him $100,000 for each loss the team suffered in 2019 in an attempt to get the number one pick in the NFL draft. If that is somehow proven to be true, Jeff, that is crazy. I mean, that's something we always talk about, tanking, and who's really trying to do the tanking? Is it the front office? It's not the coaches. It's not the players. If you got an owner trying to pay money for a coach to lose games, that's something I have not seen in the NFL in all these years.
Well, I'm just kind of wondering about this guy, Brian Flores. I mean, he has accused everybody but the kitchen sink clip, as you have seen. And then when he talked about interviewing for the Denver Broncos, you probably saw that, talking about ownership and John Elway. They were late for the interview, and he even accused Elway, I believe, of showing up drunk for the interview.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy this guy better win a lot of money, and he might, who knows. because I don't think he's going to be in the NFL employed anywhere.
Oh yeah,
after all this,
no doubt.
So he's probably just putting all his chips there on the table and saying, I'm so disappointed I haven't gotten a head job, and it doesn't look like it's in the cards for me. So I'll just go ahead and sue everybody and get as much money as I can, and then sail off into the sunset. I don't really know what his motivation is other than that, but with the way he's come out and accused so many people in the league of so many things, you just know he's not going to get employed again.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering how they're going to prove all this, what's going to come of it. The NFL seems to always come out on top, so it's going to be tough to bring down three organizations and the entire league, but it is fascinating, all the stuff coming out with the Flores deal. All right, Voice, let's see, college hoops tonight. You got the Pro Bowl this weekend, Super Bowl. Anything else on the docket? You follow? Boy, I watched the Royal Rumble, Jeff, and I hate to, critique, but that was one of the worst Royal Rumbles I can remember, and I came away thinking either WWE doesn't care at all about AEW and can just put out whatever product that they feel like, or they are in trouble here. The depleted roster. I think AEW has hurt WWE even more than people thought it would here early on.
Well, I've been a fan, as you well know, from day one of AEW.
Yeah.
I'm not the first person that has mentioned to me that the Royal Rumble was a big disappointment. I think you're the third person that said this to me this week. I didn't see it, Cliff, but obviously it wasn't very good. So, WWE maybe has to go back to the drawing board here and see what they can do. And they've had such a stranglehold on professional wrestling for all of these years that I just thought it was good when AEW popped up, about 3 years ago now. And so there's now an alternative for wrestling fans. And the AEW brand is, I think, gaining each and every day. And I was thinking the other day, Cliff, and just how much wrestling has changed as far as the product is concerned. I mean, back in the day, the guys were really big guys. I mean, you didn't see any 190-pound professional wrestlers. I mean, that just wasn't in the cards. And today, with wrestling, it's just gone more to athleticism, high flyers, and that kind of product that AEW kind of specializes in. But the body types are so different. The matches move so much quicker, and they're a lot more exciting than they used to be. But, as far as big guys are concerned, there just aren't that many quality big guys in professional wrestling now like there used to be years ago.
Yeah, you're right, and it's gotten so bad in WWE. The story today, and this is out, Dave Meltzer, I'm sure you know that name, Jeff, from wrestling.
Yes.
Did confirm that Shane McMahon is out of WWE. Shane McMahon was a surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble and tossed out actual WWE superstars, and then a few days later, he is out. He has been, whatever you want to use the term, fired. I don't know. So it's gotten so bad, Vince has fired his own son, Jeff. So I don't know what the hell's going on there.
It's happened before in business that the sons have been fired by the dads. I don't know if I'd really want to be inside the WWE offices and really learn what goes on behind closed doors. I would think it's pretty much of a soap opera on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But I guess nothing would surprise me. Of course, Vince's daughter, Stephanie, is very involved in the company, and his wife is as well. But maybe it's a little bit of the pressure and a little bit of the heat that they're feeling now, Clip. I mean, they've just been on top of the world for so many years and for so long, and now there's competition out there. And there's probably not a real pleasant working environment inside the WWE right now. So I would guess in the coming days and weeks, wouldn't be surprised to see anything that would come out of there.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff has basketball going on. He'll be on the call tonight. And Jeff, yesterday, ECU football season tickets went on sale. Going to be a fun off season leading up to that season opener against NC State. So we've got some spring football coming up, some ECU baseball, everything kind of on the horizon here. It's an exciting time for ECU athletics, and hopefully we see some of that excitement tonight at 7 in Minges.
Yeah, I hope so, Clip. And I think the goal this year for football season tickets is at least 15,000. I hope the Pirates can get to that. I think at the end of last year it was around 12 or 13, somewhere in that area. So I don't think 15 is a stretch. And I hope that the Pirates can sell 15,000 season tickets that will help, obviously, the coffers. Got to have that season ticket money already in the bank before the season starts. So I do hope that happens. But some other things in college football, Clip, I don't know if you saw this or not, but the big money folks with Texas have now come up with the NIL deal for their offensive linemen. And every offensive lineman at Texas is going to make $50,000 a year this coming season.
Man.
So that's a pretty good little part-time job, I would say. And, that's just the direction that everything is going, and we're going to continue to see that. I read a note the other day at Ohio State, now in their athletics department, and this doesn't include just football. This is all of their sports at Ohio State. Right now, there are $3 million in NIL deals to the athletes at Ohio State. We're going to continue to see as college athletics moves forward. It's a new day, as we all know. It's a new era, and things change a lot. Before I go, Cliff, I want to congratulate Dr. John Mosley. And I don't know if you know John or not. He may be a little bit before your time in covering ECU athletics, but John was a student at ECU in the mid to late 90s. He actually was a manager on the basketball team.
Yep.
And then had a staff position with ECU basketball back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Well, John has gone on in his basketball career, and he ended up at Lincoln University, an HBCU in Jefferson City, Missouri, as the head basketball coach. And then he became the athletic director and head basketball coach. And just in the last couple of days, John Mosley, who got his doctorate degree, Dr. John Mosley now, has been named the president of Lincoln University in Missouri. So I remember this guy as a young guy, as a manager on the basketball team, carrying the bags, and now he's a university president, and he's a really, really good guy, and I'm really happy for John.
Great guy, and Jeff, we've had him on Pirate Radio. I've interacted with him over the years and thought at some point he would end up back on the sidelines at East Carolina in some capacity before his career ended, but I see he's gone that route now, and that is fantastic. The Lincoln Blue Tigers, I believe they are, Jeff. So, John, you're right. John Mosley, fantastic guy. I did see that news, and thanks for bringing that up, Jeff.
Yeah, that's great for John. His sister used to live right down the street from when I lived in Greenville a few years ago, and I would run into John when he was back home from Missouri visiting his sister. And, just a really, really good guy, an Eastern North Carolina guy, grew up around the Warrenton area, a little bit north of Raleigh, actually. But I'm really happy for him. He's paid his dues. He worked at North Carolina Central for a long time, and he's just moved right up the ladder. And, just really happy for John Mosley, one of the really good guys.
No doubt. Jeff Charles joining us today. Jeff, have a fantastic call tonight, win or lose, and we'll talk to you again next week right here on Pirate Radio.
Okay, very good. Thanks a lot, Clip.
Thank you, Voice. Visiting with the Voice, Jeff Charles, today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number one, get you set for hour number two of today's program. A lot of football talk on the way with Bryce Williams and Coach Brett Hickman in the 4 o'clock hour. As we go to break, a score update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Da Buck. Florida has a 33-31 lead over Missouri. Tigers hanging in there here on a Wednesday afternoon. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 Cadillac CT5 and save up to $1,500 off. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly. Not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. IRC Beer. St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 53... Let me try that again. Join the over 53...
Shirley!
Wow!
Shirley, what are you doing?
What day is it again?
I mean,
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Technically,
Wow.
it's more than 53.
53,000 followers today.
And more than 53.
I could not say 1,000. It was like all of a sudden I just couldn't say it.
We just lost 2 followers.
We did?
Yeah, because of your flub.
Way to go.
I don't even know what happened.
But we gained 3 because everybody, including Shirley, likes bloopers.
I do.
Shirley's a big fan of the news bloopers.
Yes, about once a month, I check YouTube to see the monthly compilation of news bloopers, and I find them hysterical.
Yes. Chandler,
I'm a human blooper.
Oh,
you're a walking,
you are.
living,
I am a
breathing
walking human.
blooper.
Yeah.
You like to spend your YouTube time watching old, like just random
Panther
games.
stuff. Yeah. Random highlights. So, like, next week, I'll probably look up old Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like, the ones that I remember vividly.
Did I ask you what your first Super Bowl you remember is?
I think Patriots-Giants in 07.
Man, that's crazy.
See, I don't remember Super Bowls as far as games go. I remember, like, halftime shows.
What's the first halftime show you remember? You don't remember?
Probably the year. It wouldn't even be the halftime show. It'd be the national anthem.
Whitney.
Whitney, yeah.
That was Giants Bills. Bills.
It was one of those Bills years.
I think it was Giants Bills.
I remember the Bills years just because I remember pulling for the Bills and they lost every year.
Every time.
But I think maybe New Kids on the Block when they did the halftime show.
I remember we went over the list. We'll do this again next week. We went over the old list of halftime shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked who everybody wanted to see at halftime perform. That's what radio is. You just recycle old stuff all the time.
Like your top 5 halftime shows.
Top 5. Yeah.
And then a halftime show maybe you've never seen before, but you'd love to see.
And then the year that was Tom Petty that got froze on the screen.
They got frozen because
was that Panthers?
It might have been
Panthers Patriots.
It might have been
in 04.
I think that might have been it. It might have been after that.
I just remember I bought a brand new TV for the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna text Brian.
And
North.
when Tom Petty froze, I thought my TV had malfunctioned, and I was furious.
Take this thing back to the store.
Because I thought I had spent hundreds of dollars on this TV.
How long was he frozen?
It was on into the third quarter.
Yeah, the game was already back in progress by the time they fixed it.
But I would say like maybe 5-6 minutes into the third.
Yeah,
wow.
Pretty much.
But I remember I was at a Super Bowl party and we went outside and listened to it on Pirate Radio. Which, by the way, your radio home for Super Bowl 56. When the TV screws up, when your streaming goes down, we got you covered here at Pirate Radio.
Or grab a radio.
I'm gonna ask North.
But
who was
could you
playing.
still hear the commentary on the TV? Or
Yeah. You could hear everything that was going on, but the picture was stuck on Tom Petty's face. And I don't even know I don't know. I just remember that thinking to myself, I never want to see Tom Petty's face again after that. Because I honestly thought my TV had malfunctioned after I had spent all that money on it.
I like Tom Petty. He is not an attractive guy.
No.
What if it got froze on Janet Jackson's teeth?
Now that
would have been interesting.
What an outrage!
That might have been. That would probably still be the most viewed Super Bowl of all time to this day.
The FCC probably would have imploded at that point, but the amount of calls, they would have melted down. As far as the amount of phone calls, because think about the volume of calls that they got when that split second took place. Because I even did a double take. I was like, did I just see what I thought I just saw?
Oh, you did,
and I did.
All right, we gotta take a break.
Of course we do.
Keith said it was Pat's Giants 07 when the TV was frozen, which would be the first Super Bowl you remember.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 9 years old.
I want to, Shirley.
07. Yeah,
no.
I'm switching gears here. Chandler, if you don't know how old you are, don't worry about it. Let's take a break. I want to get a sign that says days since the last mistake clip made. And just keep it because we're at 0 days. I'd have a retraction. Last week at trivia, Steve Hill asked, this rookie player became the first rookie to lead all players in all-star votes in 1995. He did not say rookie of the year. So I would like to retract my complaint. Steve says that our protest has been denied, and for good reason. So I was wrong. I apologize. It has been 0 days since my last mistake.
And it's been 2 minutes
Brian.
Since I flubbed the line. So
Chandler's got a perfect game going. Don't ruin it, Chandler.
See, now you jinxed him.
I jinxed him. I just did. All right, dang. We'll talk to Bryce Williams when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. You can order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right. That was a contentious time when Tom Petty's face got frozen on the Fox screen in Eastern North Carolina for Brian North. So I figured he would remember quite well. And Keith was right. I believe it was Keith. I'll give him some credit. I like passing around credit when credit is due. Keith Combs says it was Pat's Giants when the TV was frozen. He was correct. Brian North said that was when the Giants beat the Patriots, who were undefeated, the most boring-ass Super Bowl ever that was saved by the helmet catch and a late touchdown by the Giants. If Tom Petty ever had to freeze on our screen, it was that Super Bowl because it was and then he said more curse words. I'm positive it was January 08. We had the signal working again for the fourth quarter dramatics. So
we basically missed the entire third quarter due to Tom Petty. Basically?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when.
I don't remember. I just remember it took forever, and I was stupid mad.
And I said, I thought it might have been Panthers Patriots, but then Redbeard tweets in and says Janet Jackson was Panthers Patriots.
Oh.
So my brain is mush. Then during the break, Chandler and I tried to go over all the Super Bowls we could and by the years, and our brains are fried. All right. Let's talk to the clear-minded and always intelligent Bryce Williams, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Out of the studio today because it's a live edition of Pirate Radio Outdoors. Bryce, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Bryce, where are you at today?
I'm in the the south side of the Pamela Cove.
South Pam. All right, what are we doing out there?
We are going for the old elusive speckled trout.
The elusive speckled trout. How we doing? You getting skunked? What we got going on?
Well, I've been out here since about 7:30. Today has not been the day that has at least seemed to be promised by the way the forecast is. It's a beautiful day. I mean, absolutely low, zero wind. Now the sun finally popped out around 1 or so lunchtime. I think it's going to fire. We thought we were going to fire up the afternoon bite, but it has been slow, and I have caught one trout as of for today. It was not like Sunday.
7:30? So are you saying like you've been out there 9 hours almost?
I have.
What? Wow.
Yeah, it's because I knew it was probably going to be more so, warm up a little bit, get the water temperatures a little warmer, and I bite. But I said, well, shoot, if I can get a whole day fishing, why not? So I said, well, I'm just going to go and ride it out for the morning and hope it's the best in the afternoon. And unfortunately, it has not worked out so far. But, I got about, 50 or so minutes. So you never know.
Strong finish.
It could turn on, and hopefully I'm there with it.
Could be a flurry coming up to wrap up the day. Bryce, what kind of bait you working on there with trying to catch a speckled trout, a lure? What do you put on your hook there?
What you would call a Mardi Gras, which is the color, but the lure is a mirror lure MR17.
All right.
Current I'm throwing right now with I guess you call it the hot tail. It's chartreuse. It's actually, I guess you could say it's almost like a purple and gold, like a pirate lure color right at the moment.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully that'll help you out these last 50 minutes or so.
It would be fitting to use that lure while I speak to Pirate Radio.
There you go. What most important question for me and Chandler and folks like us, what did you eat? Like, what do you take on the boat to eat?
Well, I've actually, let's see, I had breakfast before I left, but then Jay had a extra bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich it was actually air temperature, like it wasn't hot, but it was actually really good. So I had that. And then the must-have while you're fishing, the square nabs and potted meat mixture. So you have as a spoon to eat the potted meat out of.
Oh, God.
So I had that. Then I've had some peanut butter stuffed pretzels. And I unfortunately did not pack enough cold beer. Or didn't at all, actually. But I had a friend that we saw in the same creek who was generous enough to lend me and Jay one natural light.
One natty light to get you through the day. Does anybody ever like just set up shop? I guess it would be illegal. How do we legalize, like if I wanted to set up a little boat or something out there in the middle of the water, Bryce, and sell beer out there to passing boats? Sounds like a Shark Tank idea.
It would probably be a great idea. I don't know if you're, I guess, introducing drinking and driving.
Yeah.
But I guess you could limit to like maybe a beer or two a person. You know,
Yeah, well, I mean, people drive to the store to get beer, but they don't crack it open in their car, so I could see the difference there.
They may save it for when they get home. Be a great idea.
Yeah, just something to think about. Get to work on that, Bryce. We'll go into business together. All right, so Bryce Williams on the water. One today, not a great day. How about since we last talked, Bryce? You done anything in the woods or the water?
So, I always talk about, how big of a deal it is to catch a trout 20 inches or more, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have since December 10th, 2019, have not caught a fish 20 inches or more. And thankfully, Sunday, so almost right around 2 years in a month, I guess you could say, I finally caught a 21-inch trout, and then I caught, to match my personal best, a 24-inch trout. So it was, and then several little trout here and there. So Sunday was a great day to, finally catch a trout over 20 inches. And my buddy and the other guy that was on the boat caught several. It was a very good day with very high quality. We had quality and quantity. So
awesome. Big time. Good stuff. Bryce Williams joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Bryce, the Super Bowl is set. Love the matchup. Should be a fun one. You got cool color schemes for both teams, too, if you're interested in that. Rams and Bengals. Burrow versus Stafford, the quarterback matchup. Von Miller on the defensive side for L.A., looking for his second Super Bowl title. What do you think about the matchup we got coming up next Sunday?
I'm actually pretty excited about it. Just one, because it's, the Rams, they've made it to one recently, but Cincinnati, hasn't made it to one in quite a while. And Joe Burrow, he seems like a cool cat. And being that we have a fellow, former ECU lineman, Mike Hilton, number 21, I guess he's more of a nickel or a corner for Cincinnati. I think I'll be pulling for Cincinnati. But I am excited about it to watch it.
Rams are the favorite. We'll get your official prediction coming up next Wednesday on the show, because you got the Pro Bowl coming up this week, and that's about it. Bryce, what do you think about do you see my team has a new name in the NFL?
Really? I have not seen that yet.
No, you've been on the water. You ain't seen nothing today. The Washington, formerly known as the Redskins, formerly known as the football team, are now called the Washington Commanders.
Dang.
Not a fan?
I do. Dang. How do you feel about it, Cliff? I mean,
not great, but it is what 10 years from now, we'll get used to it. It'll be all right. It doesn't overwhelm me. It's kind of boring. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think when we talked about this, a few months ago, I thought they could ride out with, Washington football team. I like that. That seems like it's got some class. It kind of reminds me of the Oakland Athletics.
Kind of a general name.
Yeah, I wish they would have stuck with the Washington football team. Are you going to buy a hat that says Washington Commanders on it?
I meant to say that coming back into this segment, I'm looking up hats. Should I drop $42 on a new Washington Commanders hat?
I would maybe wait till they change the logo. Maybe depending on what I feel like
Now it's just a big old W up there. That's all they got.
W?
The jerseys, they are going with a black jersey, Bryce, and that might look cool. So that's going to be something new. So I don't know. I might be into that. We'll see once they kick it off.
Are they going to stick with I guess, is it a burgundy? Are they going to stick with that? Or?
Yeah, they're still, so they have like a all burgundy jersey with a burgundy helmet. They have a white jersey that looks kind of funky with weird numbers that I don't think I like. And then they have a black with a black helmet that looks pretty cool.
Huh. I'll have to Google what the Washington Commanders are going to be looking like.
All right, yeah, you do that, and we'll get your full report coming up next week when Bryce joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. Let's see, what else is going on? We got hoops tonight, ECU basketball in action against Temple. What else you been doing? What else you been up to, Bryce?
Man, I've been able to fish the past 2 days. I've fished twice in the last however many days it's been, and doing my normal thing. I've been on Facebook Marketplace trying to figure out to make some additions to my boat, as far as putting a depth finder up at the bow of the boat, so that while I'm up at the bow, I can actually see what the depth is and all that without having to worry about walking back or asking somebody 100 times, hey, what's the depth?
All right.
Been doing some shopping there, and as an update on the fishing, and I'm back in this creek, I'm seeing it looks like some bait at the surface of the water, and most of the time where there's bait, there's predators. So hopefully while I'm on the phone with y'all, I can at least get a trout and get some real live action here. So I'm going to attempt to do that. But other than that, fishing, I'm going skiing next weekend. I'm pretty much old plain Jane.
You're going skiing again? Where are you going?
This will be a Williams family ski trip. I think we're going to Beach Mountain, I think is desired for us.
You are a true outdoorsman, Bryce. That'll be fun. So we'll have updates on that as well. All right. Well, I don't want you to rattle the fish, so we'll keep our voices down. We'll let you go and see if you can have a strong finish to this day here.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna try.
All right, buddy. Good to talk with you, Bryce. We'll talk to you next week, man.
Good deal. Ready to see y'all.
All right, buddy. There is Bryce Williams live on a boat, trying to bring in the elusive speckled trout. They have been very elusive today. One catch in 8 hours and 51 minutes.
He had me at nabs, and then he...
I meant to bring up potted meat.
He lost me at potted meat.
Do you have older family members that kept potted meat in the house? Because I did.
I do, and
I think my grandparents might have had...
Still eat it every once in a while. Once in a blue moon, I'll eat it.
I remember my grandparents...
Really good on saltine crackers.
Always had potted meat.
Spam.
Vienna.
Wiener sausage.
Wiener sausage.
Some of that Wiener.
That beanie weenies, which
beanie weenies,
I like those compared to the others. My other grandparent, my grandma's side, she always had sardines in her.
Ew, no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
These old people.
These old people, man.
Spam. I remember Spam. My mom.
Fatback.
Now there ain't nothing wrong with Fatback.
Oh, I know.
So with Spam, do you cook it up, right?
You fry it, yeah. My mom fries it.
Ham, special ham.
I don't know because I don't eat it, but my mom does.
How do you eat potted meat?
You put it on a saltine cracker.
I know, but is it? You think it tastes good?
Well, I mean, I haven't eaten it in quite a long time, but I have eaten it.
I know, I have too.
Probably within the last maybe 2 or 3 years, I've eaten it, and that's like in a situation where you're hungry, but you're not like real hungry, so you don't feel like making anything to eat, but you kind of want something in your stomach, and you get a little thing of potted meat and some saltine crackers, slap some on there, and you got yourself a little bit. It's a little filling. It's better than potato chips, and
all right.
In terms of you don't want empty calories because you're gonna feel like you're full, and then 30 minutes later you're hungry again.
This has been Shirley Rhodes speaking for Potted Meat.
This is This
Did he say
this
he's
is the
been
Potted
out
Meat
there
corner.
since 7:30?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Now that's crazy to me because I'm like, look, my max might be 3 or 4 hours, but you're pushing
insane.
it. I mean, no.
I know a buddy of mine.
Especially if the fish aren't biting. It's one thing if the fish are biting and you're catching a lot of fish. I don't mind being out there all day.
Well, I know a buddy of mine that goes deep sea fishing, and they go way off the shore, and they leave at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and they might not get back till like 6 in the evening.
Well, I can understand that for deep sea, but not out in the Pamlico.
I'm just talking about how long the duration of.
Like I'd be napping.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be completely asleep.
Tyler says Potted Meat is a pantry staple. It's like your pantry just comes with it when you get a home. Potted Meat inside of it.
Well,
what's
I mean,
this Potted Meat in here
it's
for?
cheap.
It comes with the house.
It's cheap, and if you can also make a sandwich out of it. You can put it in a sandwich, like put it on some bread.
I'm
My
gonna
mom's
make Lily
eating that.
eat some and just see what she says. Hey, this is what we used to eat back in the day.
I lived off of Vienna sausages.
That stuff's just nasty.
You throw some vinegar on it or anything?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Eat it right out of the can.
I like you turning your nose up to buy any sausage after you just shared your love for Potted Meat. Like that's a lot better.
I do love that Potted Meat though.
I like a buffet, you little sausage.
Look, as picky.
Potted meat.
That's what's so funny about it is as picky of an eater as of all the disgusting sardines,
potted meats, Vienna sausages.
What is that? Spam. Have you ever eaten the dried beef? It's in a little glass jar.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
We got to go to break.
That's another grandma special.
Glass
right there.
jar dry beef.
I'm gonna go grab some of the potted meat back in the kitchen.
We need to keep some here.
It has a huge shelf life, by the way.
Yeah, that's another reason it's good.
It's like a Twinkie.
Hey, well, you know what? If I think about it, I'll get some for Bryce to have live on the air next week while we're talking to him.
And get him some nabs.
Just crushing some potted meat. Now, if we get nabs, I'm joining in on that.
Nabs and a Pepsi Cola.
Yes, sir.
And a moon pie.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Brett Hickman joins us. Coach Brett Hickman. Talk some Pirate football. Talk about the coaches clinic he was at this past weekend and a whole lot more when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork or online at greenvilleautowworld.net.
It's a new year and we have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685842. Equal housing lender.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
All righty, welcome back into the program. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll talk to Billy Weaver, my cohort on the U.S. Sailor fifth quarter call-in show. Fellow Commanders fan, and didn't plan this, but we have another Commanders fan joining us now on the Pirate Radio live line. He is Coach Brett Hickman, who joins us. Not a stranger to Pirate Radio. I believe he's been on before with Stephen Igo. First time joining us on Pirate Radio Live. Coach Hickman, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I mean, are we going hell to the Commanders now? Is that the new phrase, or am I doing this right?
I guess it doesn't really fit with the syllables and everything. We'll have to, but hell to the Commanders. That sounds good. I guess well, first of all, Coach, for people that don't know you, if you follow Hoist the Colors, especially during football season, you know Brett Hickman does the video breakdowns, the Q&As, really good stuff, and I enjoy that on Hoist the Colors. But, Coach, for folks that don't know you, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as it's related to your listeners, I'm a lifelong kind of East Carolina guy. Went to school there. Both me and my wife are graduates. Both my brothers are alums. My brother-in-law is an alum, and I had a chance from 2006 to the spring of 2009 to be involved with the football program up there with Coach Skip Holtz, and just embarked on a 9-year kind of postgraduate journey at the Division II level at North Greenville University as a football coach, and then for 5 years at the FCS level at Gardner-Webb University, and then I'm going into my 5th season as the head football coach at my high school alma mater, West Garnet High School, and do a little work on the side with Stephen over at HTC, and enjoy staying involved in Pirate football in that aspect.
Good stuff. And, Coach, I wanted to get you on the show. I saw a lot of pictures from you and others at a recent coaches clinic with some college football coaches and some high school coaches as well, and wanted to talk about that and some Pirate football. But we were on the subject of the Commanders. So, Coach, I've been a Redskins fan since birth. I remember. I think I vaguely remember the Super Bowl win over the Broncos. I definitely remember the win over the Bills. And since I've been following them every week around 95, it's been not a fun life. But how about you? How long have you been a Washington fan?
I don't think I'm much different than you, Cliff. It sounds like we're about the same age.
Yeah.
So I think my first real NFL memory was them beating the Bills. And they were the closest team for a long time. So my parents were Redskin fans, and that was kind of the heyday when you first kind of learn about football. It was Joe Gibbs and Darryl Green and Art Monk, and I remember Mark Rippon playing quarterback. And by the time the Panthers had come around, I was hooked. And then me and my little brother, of course, stayed with Washington. My older brother became a Panthers fan, so we have to forgive him every now and then. But and I guess it's been good. When I was involved in college football for 12 years, you were usually busy and working on Sundays. So a lot of 6 and 10 and 7 and 9s and an occasional, I guess, wild card berth or whatever. That was a good year. And
yep.
I still keep hoping we can find a franchise quarterback and turn it around. But I think it starts at the top there, and there's a lot of issues that have kept the football team or the Commanders or whatever we are now from being toward the upper echelon of the National Football League.
Well, it sounds like maybe reluctantly, but reluctantly or not, you're on board with the Commanders. What did you think of the name, the jersey rollout, the logo? How you feeling about this new direction they're going?
Yeah, I guess I'm neutral.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago I was furious, when the original nickname, and I was kind of finally getting on board with the football team. After 5 or 6 years of this, maybe we'll get used to it. Not a big fan of the uniforms, though, man. I thought you could have kept a taste of the history of the franchise by, I think they've done that with the football team with kind of the classic stripe and the colors. I think these white uniforms and black uniforms they look like something like if you ever watched the show Playmakers on ESPN back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Maybe any given Sunday. I mean, they don't look like NFL uniforms, and they definitely don't look like what I grew up with. But if I've stuck with them for the last 30 years,
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm here to stay.
Yeah, they've given us a million reasons to stop following them, and we've stuck with it. So might as well stick with them again. Talking to Brett Hickman today on the Pirate Radio live line. Coach, let's talk about the clinic recently, because I saw photos from you and a lot of others, and it was really neat to see. Ruffin McNeil and Mike Houston and Blake Carroll, but also I saw pictures of C.J. Wilson and Will Bland. Some local coaches, Brandon Simmons, former Pirate, and can you tell us about that clinic? Where was it, and what it all entails? Because it looked like you saw some pretty cool guys there at that thing.
Yeah, so the Eastern North Carolina Football Coaches Association was founded in 2015 by Paul Cornwell, who was formerly at Aiden Ripton, is still with Pitt County Schools as an AP over at Farmville Central. When he was the head coach at Aiden Ripton, and David Bowl, who was the head coach at North Pitt for a while. David's also gone into athletic administration down at Croatan, but they really did a good job getting that association off the ground, and it's grown from kind of being centered around Pitt County, and that general area of Eastern North Carolina down through, all the way down to us in the Wilmington area. We had coaches from Raleigh and Fayetteville, 255 coaches, and I tell you, over the last year or two, Jeremy Joyner over at East Dukeland has done a great job taking over the leadership of the association, and Garrett Wingate, who's, Garrett and our relationship goes back to East Carolina. He was actually a student manager when I was involved in the program up there, and he's an assistant over at Rose, and those two guys have really done a great job taking the lead and to really help the clinic grow. And then we have a board of directors of about 6 of us that are responsible for getting the guest speakers. And so we had 255 high school coaches at the Holiday Inn there in Greenville on Friday night to Coach Ruff did us a solid by coming back to Greenville, and certainly Coach Houston and his staff. It's advantageous for it to be right there in town, and we usually get one guy from their staff to come speak. And then Saturday we went over to Greenville Rose and brought in high school coaches from all over the state of North Carolina to come in and kind of talk about their specialty. And Nate Connor there in Greenville spoke, Caleb King, the offensive coordinator over at Rose, Craig Underwood, who does a great job down at Hoggard High School. So we're trying to make it the best football clinic for high school coaches in the state of North Carolina, and I think we're well on our way to doing that as our association continues to grow, and it's good for Eastern North Carolina high school football. I mean, that's the whole purpose, is to do right by the student athletes of from 1A to 4A here from Raleigh East, basically. So we're excited about the growth. We're excited about what we were able to get done this weekend, and looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's really neat, and doing a great job with that. And it was great to see some of those old faces too, Brett, and catch up with old friends and some foes that you meet on the field. So how friendly is it? Is everybody sharing tips, or is everybody kind of scared to talk about too much because they don't want the opposing coaches to know what they do? How does that work?
I think you get a little bit guarded if you find somebody that's in your conference up there while you're speaking.
Yeah.
But I think that's natural. But the reality is we've always been a sharing profession, and whether or not it's something that you do fundamentally or in your program. I mean, I listened to Craig Underwood speak over at Hoggard, and they've won our conference the last 2 years, trying, not necessarily find an edge to beat them, but find an edge to maybe get our program better or something of that nature. But by and large, coaches are pretty professional in their nature, and we're competitors on Friday nights or Saturdays or Sundays or whatever the case is, and when it's over, we're ultimately, if you're doing this for the right reason, you're in it to try and help young people grow and become better men and become better players, maybe get an opportunity to go play at the next level. And when you have the same mission as a competitor, typically you can leave that competitiveness when the clock hits zero.
Yeah. Brett Hickman joining us, along with being a high school coach, as we mentioned, chipped in with Hoist the Colors, broke down some video, did some Q&A after each ECU game of the football season. And Brett, I'll ask you, after breaking it down all year and being a coach and involved in it so long, we talked about the defensive improvements with East Carolina. In year one of Blake Harrell, we saw some signs. Year two, we saw marked improvements, one of the best teams in the nation on third down. So what did you see? How did they make this marked improvement from 2-3 years ago on the defensive side? What were is it personnel? Is it something that Harrell's doing that previous coaches weren't doing? What was the reason for the strides on the defensive side for ECU?
I think going back, and I've had an opportunity to coach against Coach Houston and Coach Harrell actually at two of their previous stops. I was at North Greenville when they were at Lenore Ryan, and then at Gardner Webb when they were at the Citadel, and I guess I coached against each of them 5 or 6 times. When I look back on what those guys were doing schematically on defense at those times, I mean, they were really a base 4-2-5 defense, kind of very similar to what East Carolina was doing with Bob Trott the first year when Coach Houston was here. I think it's credit to Coach Houston as the head coach of the program. I think he saw the need in the AAC for being a little bit more multiple, being a little bit more aggressive. With how good Cincinnati is on offense and UCF and Houston and those guys, but you just couldn't sit back there and play base 4-2 defense, quarters coverage or whatever. So Blake, I think, being away from Coach Houston those years when Coach Houston had moved to James Madison and Blake had been on his own at the Citadel as the coordinator, and then at Kennesaw, he really added on to that base package. So schematically, it's nothing. I mean, he's evolved over the course of the last 5 or 6 years as the RPO game has become more prevalent, and he's found some ways to manipulate them, and I think overall aggressiveness. But all of that fails, to mention, the most important thing is they've done a good job of overhauling the roster, getting who can play in the AAC, and still focusing on the 4 things that I think, make defenses really good, and that's your effort, making sure your eyes are in the right spot, your overall toughness or your culture, and then your ability to tackle in space. And they've done all of those things better over the course of the last 2 years. And, just listening to Blake talk about his third down package on Friday night at our clinic, he's got some really good ideas to manipulate protections, and, he's been really good at corner. And, I think, he's going to have to fit the pieces and the puzzle like you do every year. What are the answers at inside linebacker moving forward? Other than Malik Fleming, what do you do at corner now that McMillan's gone and Johnson's gone to play at Miami of Ohio? So, if anything's told us over the course of the last 2 years, he's got enough in the toolbox, schematically to get the job done. And I think they've done a great job at the roster of building solid depth over the course of the last 3 years. So really excited about the continued growth on that side of the ball.
No doubt. And it'll be the second full off season with Coach Blake Carroll. Of course, the first year he was here, there wasn't a lot of contact. It was the COVID year. So he has made some strides here since coming here to East Carolina. How about the offensive side, Brett? You get another year of Holton Ahlers coming up. At times the Pirates are explosive, at other times not so much. Is it just the Pirates need to get better up front on the offensive line? Are they too predictable? What's the reason for when we do see that offense sputter? What are the reasons for that when you broke it down last season?
Well, sometimes perception and reality don't match, and sometimes perception is reality. At times it's a good offensive football team. They're, by statistics and numbers and raw data and points per game and total yards, it's actually a pretty decent offensive team.
Yeah.
But I think the reality is we have not been good on third down. They had their moments toward the end of the year against Navy and Memphis where that changed. I think that's one thing. And then there's an old saying amongst football coaches that every person knows how to do two things. They know how to charcoal the steak, and then they know how to call plays. And, charcoal is calling plays and managing a clock. Those seem to be the things that everybody on message boards go after every week.
Well, I don't know about everybody, but all of our fifth quarter callers know how to do it. Yeah. And so do I, Brett. And I'm not a coach, so yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. It is what it is. And
yeah.
Sometimes it's a valid concern. I think in terms of going through the three college programs, high school's a different animal because you're kind of coaching who comes up through the ranks. And it is, but in the three college programs I've been around, I'd gotten involved in the program at ECU with Coach Holt-Steer in his second year, and I would call that a successful rebuild. And then at North Greenville, we went from 2 wins to 11 wins by the time we had left, so that was a successful rebuild. And then at Gardner-Webb, we actually got worse as we got through. And the difference is between the two successful rebuilds and the one that didn't work out was we figured out the offensive line. And, that's a situation where I think it's the hardest position to turn over. I think it's the hardest position to develop. And that's why when you get a Steve Shankweiler, you get a great offensive line coach, you hold on to them. Because, I think everyone understands how hard it is. So, after 2 or 3 years, you've seen a team that's running the football pretty effectively, in my opinion, at least against the middle and lower tier part of the AAC. But when push comes to shove, if you want to beat Houston, if you want to beat Cincinnati, you've got to be able to adequately win from the pocket. And that includes not only the quarterback and the receivers getting open, but you got to be able to pass protect. And by every measurable statistical analysis on PFF or my old-fashioned eye test, the O-line right now has been better at run blocking than pass blocking, and getting. And Holton's had to play a lot the last 2 years off platform, and that's not unusual. But I think the guy's a pretty good player, but he's not Joe Burrow. He's not Patrick Mahomes. Those guys are. They can deliver, on platform, off platform, in rhythm, out of rhythm. So, the goal is, to continue to develop the guys that you've recruited and maybe piece together like they've done in the transfer portal with getting some O linemen that are plug and play, like the kid that committed yesterday, and then the kid who committed from West Virginia there at the mid-year. So, hopefully those guys can come in and be day one ready starters. And the guys, I'm pretty high on the center. I think Avery Jones is going to be a really good player. That was his first year playing it, so you saw the growing pains. So, as that group improves, I think we feel pretty good about what we've got at running back. We feel pretty good about what we've got at quarterback coming forward. It ultimately comes down to offensive line play and, who replaces that production on the outside with Tyler Snead going and Audio Matosha, who I thought had a really good year. So those are the answers they got to start working on this spring. And if I know it, you can bet your rear end Coach Houston knows.
Brett Hickman joining us, Coach, at West Brunswick. And talk about your time at East Carolina, and you brought up O-lines, and I think your time overlapped with this guy. Last year, we caught up with James Pinckney for the first time in a long time. He's actually doing some training and working with young quarterbacks. And Brett, if he had an O-line here at ECU or wherever he was, the numbers he would have put up, I think, would have been incredible. I think he's underrated when we look back at James Pinckney as an ECU quarterback. How about you?
Oh, the night we went to state in 2006, I think it was Chuck Amato's last game.
Yeah.
The guy just took a beating, and ultimately he made a couple of plays, and Andre Allison made a play there on the sideline, and that was a guy, had he have played the next couple of years when the Stanley Bryants and the Willie Smiths and those guys started to play on the O-line, and the Fred Hicks, as those guys matured, who knows what James would have done, because he was, as my time overlapped, and this is not to disparage Rob or Patrick Pinckney in any way, but James was more gifted than those guys in my estimation. But those guys played with a better supporting cast relatively across the board on the offensive line. So, I think it's a good point. And James, somehow off the backs of what he did, I think the first year Coach Holtz came in, won 5 games, and then the next year was the Papa John's Bowl, and certainly those guys, Coach Holtz's first 2 years, laid the foundation for the Hawaii Bowl and then the 2 championships.
Brett Hickman joining us today. Brett, great talking football with you, man. We appreciate it. We'll do it again sometime down the road. But what's the off season like for you? What are you doing these days?
Well, we're teaching U.S. history a couple of periods, and we're doing that, and then we're getting through with winter sports here, and we've got about 8 guys playing basketball here at West Brunswick that play for us, and 7 or 8 who wrestle, and then so in the middle of February we'll get going with track and all-season workouts, but most of the work's done in the weight room this time of year, so we're enjoying these 3 or 4 months as we get going again. Didn't have as good of a year this year as we had the previous 2, so excited to get back to work with our team here. We've got 17 or 18 starters coming back, so just trying to find a little nugget here and there that'll help the Trojans win a game or 2 more next year.
There you go. At Coach Hick, easy enough on Twitter. And Brett, hopefully you'll be chiming in some during spring ball on Hoist the Colors so we can ask you some questions.
Absolutely, Cliff. Appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you, man. There's Brett Hickman joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, reliving some old ECU days there and also talking about this current team. And he does a great job on Hoist the Colors during the season of answering some of our novice questions that we think we know all the answers. We don't. But some guys do have much better answers than we do. All right, quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Presented by Da Buck. Missouri 56, Florida 52. 3:26 left to go in the game.
There is some ugly, sloppy basketball going on in that basketball game.
That there is. Is that a precursor to tonight? ECU's due for a good performance. I like ECU first half and game tonight.
Wow.
As Will.I.am
I like your confidence in the Pirates tonight.
I got a feeling. All right.
That tonight's going to be a good night.
When we return, don't look at this, Shirley. You might have already seen it. Don't look at our comments on Facebook.
She's going, don't go to it.
Don't look. Yeah, you can hit the music. Johnny Robertson has put up the first 3 ingredients listed for Hormel potted meat. And when we return, I will read those ingredients.
They're probably really gross, too.
Oh, dear. You might want to stop eating while I'm reading them, but we'll do that when we return.
Separated pig parts.
You're not far off. I figured. We'll do that, wrap up hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 Buick Encore GX. Save up to $1,250 off or 1.9% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand toss pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at CarolinaQualityAir.com.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money at Carolina Wealth Management. We believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler
What's
Honeycutt.
in potted meat?
We were talking potted meat earlier. It's a staple in all country kitchens, especially from yesteryear. We all had it growing up.
Yep.
So Johnny Robertson posted the first 3 ingredients listed for Hormel potted meat. First up, beef tripe.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You're gonna have to Google that.
Beef tripe. Beef tripe. Tripe is an edible lining from the stomachs of various farm animals. Most tripe is from cattle, pigs, and sheep.
Okay, so beef tripe would probably be cattle.
So it is the beef tripe is made from the muscle wall of a cow's stomach chambers.
Delicious.
Yummy.
All right, so we got some tripe.
It's so yummy.
We got some of that in there. Number 2, mechanically separated chicken.
So it was separated mechanically.
I like that they specified that instead of saying like manually or
mechanically.
Hand separated chicken. Why is it mechanically separated?
Well, I guess you don't want to separate it by hand for contamination reasons.
Okay. So they want you to know
I'm guessing.
It's mechanically separated chicken. I like a variety of foods, Shirley. I'm a big...
so we've got chicken parts...
And beef parts.
Cow parts.
Yeah. I like a buffet. So this is up my alley. If somewhere we could put some shrimp in this thing, I'd be feeling
Jesus. Good. Okay.
Last on the list, or third anyway, beef hearts.
Oh.
Beef hearts?
I didn't say bee farts. I said beef hearts.
Beef hearts.
So I'm going to Google that, and I'm going to assume that just means beef heart meat is the muscle that's been trimmed from the heart wall. A lot of walls in this thing.
Okay. Wonder which one of those parts is the salty tasting stuff. Because potted meat does have a little bit of a salty taste to it.
Yeah. High in sodium.
So are we talking the stomach wall, the heart wall, the mechanically separated chicken?
Beef
farts.
You're my wonder wall. You know what? Could have been grosser.
Could have been grosser. I would have preferred not to have known what I was eating, because a lot of people say, you know, when some people say, oh, do you know what's in a hot dog? No, I don't want to know what's in a hot dog. I want to know, is it going to be fried, and is it going to be either red or brown? Which one? Because all beef one is brown. I don't know what the red one is, but I like the red ones better.
I had Chinese last night. I had leftover Chinese for lunch today. And I know what I ordered, but I don't know exactly what's in there. And like you said, I really don't care to know.
I don't care to know how things are made.
Yeah.
I mean, I know bacon comes from pigs. I don't care to know how it's made or how it gets from pig to what I see in the grocery store as bacon.
Yeah.
I don't care to know that. Here's what I do know. It's good with some eggs and some grits.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Preach, girl. Yas, queen.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen.
Yes. All right. Let's take a break. When we return, Billy Weaver. Hello to Richard and Shane tuned in. What's up, gang? We will talk Commanders. We'll talk Pirates. We'll talk Super Bowl.
For a second there, I thought you said you were going to talk while being in commando.
No, I wore drawers today.
Okay, just checking.
And
I mean, it's hard to tell from the picture you sent out earlier on Twitter, but
yeah, Chandler, why are you taking pictures of people using the bathroom? Weirdo.
This is a part of the harassment I go through here at Pirate Radio. This is a part of the harassment because I was told to take a picture of a man on the pot taking a dump.
Well, you know what? Better
looking
you than
at a
me.
picture of
Better
the
you than me.
Redskins logo and then blames me and makes me look like a weirdo by saying, yeah, why are you taking a picture of me on the toilet, Chandler?
Better you than me.
When
so.
I asked you to do that, you should have said, no, I'm not doing that. Instead of being like, oh, yeah, please let me do that.
I did not do that. And by the way, I did not know you were going to have your pants down. I did not know. I went in there. I was like, oh, my God.
Here comes the clip bus.
How do you use the bathroom? Teach me your technique on using it.
I tell you what.
Teach me your ways.
You had your drawers up, though.
I did. Of course I did.
I'm glad you did.
I ain't going to have you in there with everything out and about.
It's just like revealing a magic trick by doing that.
Yeah,
Your drawers were up.
Don't tell my magician's secret. All right, we got to go to break. We'll be back after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. I'm a fan of the television programs Survivor and Big Brother.
Okay.
Coming up tonight, Celebrity Big Brother begins.
Okay.
And I want to see how many of these people you know.
Are you talking to me specifically or just in general?
We'll go you and Chandler,
Okay.
and I'll include myself on it.
All right.
All right. So here are the people on Celebrity Big Brother this year. Former NBA star, really good player, has had some issues. And I'm kind of surprised to see him on a show like this.
On or off the court?
Off. Lamar Odom.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Didn't he almost die?
Lamar Odom?
Yeah, he almost
in a
OD'd.
brothel.
All right, well, some of us here have been to a brothel. Shirley.
What? Hold on a minute.
What?
What?
Do not know how to say this person's name. Olympian ice skater, Mirai, Mirai, Nagasu, Nagasu. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who
Maybe
that
you
is
saw
either.
a picture, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know Lamar Odom, of course.
I do.
I cannot believe they let him on that show.
I know, it's kind of odd, but just stay tuned. Former Miss USA, Shanna Moakler.
Shanna Moakler. Oh, she was, she dated Travis Barker.
Wow.
The drummer for Blink 182.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, he was married to her, I think.
Well, now she's on Big Brother.
You're right, Shirley, from 2004 to 2008.
Yeah.
Way to go. All right, you know this person. All right, next on the list, designer and RuPaul's Drag Race judge, Carson Kressley.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Carson was also the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He was in that original group.
I've seen him before somewhere.
He also hosts like he used to host a show on, I think, HDTV or something like that.
And probably something my wife watches.
Yeah.
All right. TV personality. This is when you know you're not famous. And daughter of singer John Mellencamp.
Wow.
Teddy Mellencamp.
Have no clue who that is.
She is not Teddy Cougar Mellencamp. She is Teddy Mellencamp.
How is that even a celebrity at that point?
We got to have a housewife in here.
Lamar Odom's with all these people.
I know, right?
Lamar Odom.
Poor Lamar.
Do you watch any of the Housewives?
I hated those shows. My best friend watched them religiously.
I admit, I got my wife got me hooked on Jersey one year. That's the only one I enjoyed. Real Housewives of Atlanta's Cynthia Bailey. Don't know who that is. Although one of the Housewives, was it Atlanta? Which one was the one with Nene?
I think that's Atlanta because my best friend Melissa used to watch that all the time. Nene Leakes, I think is her last name.
The girl from Escape.
Oh, Tiny.
A girl from an R&B group was in it that I recognized, and I was like, holy crap, I know who that is. She was a singer.
Well, Tiny was in Escape, but that's T.I.'s wife.
We are going down a rabbit hole here. Maybe I'm thinking of a different group. Anyway, we'll move on.
Okay.
Singer and choreographer Todrick Hall.
Todrick Hall.
These are not celebrities.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know the song.
NSYNC's Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yes.
I do know who that is.
Yes.
He had the Fu Manchu thingy, whatever.
No, Chris Kirkpatrick was the one that always had the funky hair.
So we talked about Lamar Odom, some off the court issues, some off the camera issues. Different Strokes actor Todd Bridges.
So you've got two former drug addicts on this show.
Yeah, like
which is kind of weird.
I don't want to make light of it. Like,
no,
it's
I don't.
Kind of a strange,
but it is a strange mix of people.
TV cameras on them, kind of high stress situations. It's a little odd to me. Saturday Night Live's Chris Kattan.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes, I have not seen him in forever.
I know. Didn't he do that? What was that one skit that I always thought was hilarious?
He used to
Monkey
do
Boy?
like a monkey thing.
Yeah, the monkey. Was it called Monkey Boy?
No, he had a name. He was in it with The Rock one time, I
I'm
remember.
gonna have to Google that. Hold on.
All right, and there's one more. UFC fighter Misha Tate. I do know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
So that is your cast for Celebrity Big Brother. Wow. We are bottom of the barrel here, folks. All right, let's head out to the. Go ahead.
Wait a minute, I got to find
no, that's Mango and J-Lo.
Yeah,
Mango. That's it.
Yeah,
Mango.
That was Chris Kattan.
He would come in dressed as a monkey, and he would just like shovel as many bananas. Or was it bananas or
spit them all over?
Yes,
people?
and it was just for whatever reason it was hysterical.
Yeah, I do recall that. All right. Let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Joining us, fellow Commanders fan, Billy Weaver, my cohort on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In Show. Weave, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, Cliff. How about you?
I'm doing all right. You are the first fellow Washington fan I have talked to. I've tweeted, texted with a couple, but first fan I've talked to since the name drop, and this was the worst kept secret in the world. Commanders, we thought it had leaked out a while ago, and we weren't sure if they were going to give us a swerve, but we were pretty certain it was going to be Commanders. It dropped this morning. We got logos, we got jerseys. We'll get into all that, but let's start with the name, Billy. How are you feeling today as a Washington Commanders fan?
Well, as of today, I'm not feeling good about it. Now, will this be something that'll grow on me? Is this going to be something that, I look back at, 3 or 4 years from now and say, hey, it's not bad. I kind of equate it to when the Down East Wood Ducks released their name. I was not a big fan of that at all. It really grew on me. I like it a lot now. I don't know if the Commanders will grow on me like that. I'm hoping it will. But as of right now, not a big fan. I was hoping they would go with an animal. My personal thought was, Red Wolves would have been good, obviously, when they released the video early on and said that was not going to be an option. That was kind of disheartening. Red Hawks was my favorite. That's what I wanted them to be, the Red Hawks. And I wanted to keep the red in there somehow so that we could keep HTTR, Hail to the Red Hawks, Hail to the Red Wolves, or even Red Tails. I don't think that would have been too bad, which obviously is not an animal, but it's along the same lines as the Commander kind of thing. The Red Tails, if I remember correctly, was an airplane fighter squadron or something like that with that area. I might be wrong on that, but the Red Tails would have been good too. Commanders, it's going to have to grow on me, Clip.
I'm with you. It's pretty plain, kind of boring. I will say I'm not defending the name. I don't love it, but to the people saying that it's too generic, it doesn't even sound like an NFL team. Well, I would remind people that we have teams called the Eagles and Cardinals and Lions, Bears. Like, you see these names everywhere when you covered high school sports, Billy. How many, Raiders and Vikings. And so, I mean, it's not like every team has a unique name. Also, if the Cleveland franchise came out today and called their team the Browns, we'd make fun of it nonstop. So, I think it's a reactionary thing. I tend to agree with you that down the road, it's going to become more normal. And, 10 years from now, we'll be fine saying Commanders. Also, Billy, if they go 11-6 next year, we'll like the name, right? Like if they win, it'll be fine.
Yeah, well, what is it that Steve Logan used to say all the time? Winning cures everything. It doesn't matter what's going on. Win, and even Al Davis, just win, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really what it's all about. It comes down to winning on the field and having a good product on the field, and that's something Washington fans haven't had in quite some time. It was. The video that Washington released with the kind of embracing the history and everything, I get that, but I didn't get the part kind of equating Commanders with the history, because there's no really history of that. So that was a little weird. I understand what they're trying to do there. But yeah, just Commanders. Another thing, the W, I don't know if I'm a big fan of the way that's scripted, written.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I feel like, too, you're talking about the history, they're kind of going further away from history. We'll get into the uniforms, and I don't hate it because I loved, growing up being a Redskins fan and seeing Super Bowls, but we're so far removed from that, and everything feels so different now. I don't hate kind of getting away from those glory days, because this is not Daniel Snyder has taken us so far down the tank. But so the uniforms, they've got the W on the side of the burgundy helmet for two of the uniforms, and then there is a black uniform. I don't like the W placement at the front of the helmet. That looks strange to me, and they're going to have numbers on the side of the helmet. So the burgundy jersey, it's got gold numbers. It says Commanders. There is a white jersey that doesn't have any gold on the jersey, and it's got a weird red color with the numbers that I don't like, but I did see Chase Young in a picture with that uniform on, and I liked it more, so maybe it'll look better on the field. And then the black, this is like totally against what we've seen. We've never seen Washington wear a black jersey, so that's going to be completely different. What did you think when you saw the three uniform reveals?
It's one of those things where I always kind of wait. I'm like you. I didn't hate them. I wasn't like overjoyed by them, but I would like to see them on the field and see them on the. I think, like you said, when you see them on Chase, it's a little bit different. I kind of equate that to when you go and see something, and this is more of like my wife would go out shopping or whatever, and something looks good to her on the rack, and she goes and puts it on and tries it on in the dressing room. She's like, no. Or something that she's like, I don't know about it on the rack. She puts it on and loves it. So I guess you got to kind of see it on before you kind of make a judgment about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll look cool. Again, it's different. It's new. It's almost as far away from the Redskins you can get when it comes to these uniforms, other than the burgundy jersey. So, and again, I'm okay with kind of doing something new. I kind of want to remember the Joe Gibbs and the Redskins as something great, separate from what we're seeing now. And hopefully Ron Rivera and this franchise can bring back the winning ways. But again, we just seem so far removed from that. This is an entirely new thing, and it won't soil the great name that was once the Washington Redskins football organization anymore, Weave. I guess there's a positive to this.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, and to true Redskins fans that have followed them for as long as we have, they'll always be the Redskins at some point. I mean, it's when talking about them, talking about the old Redskins teams, or talking about John Riggins, played for the Redskins, Art Monk played for the Redskins, and Doug Williams. You go on down the list of great players that played for that franchise, and they'll always be Redskins. But yeah, I think now it's a new day, a new era for Washington football. I'm just glad they got away from. They didn't stay with the Washington football team. Some people actually like that, and I didn't mind it being kind of the go-between. And the temporary name before getting a new one. So I'm glad they finally decided on a name, and this is going to be the name, I guess, until until maybe I hate to say this, but this does happen in the NFL. If the franchise were to move somewhere and change name, but for the foreseeable future, they're going to be the Washington Commanders, and I'll still pull for them. I'll still root for them, and I'll get my Washington Commanders hat and my gear and stuff like that, and keep pulling for them. But like you said, I mean, winning on the field is going to be the end all be all. That's gonna eat. I tell you what, if they get even worse than they are now, then the name is going to be just atrocious to everybody. No, everyone's going to hate the name. So it just all depends on what you do on the field.
There you go. That's it. Talking to Billy, we had this. How about this discussion we had yesterday? Washington is going to be in the quarterback market. There was a report. Albert Breer, I guess, said that Washington was going to, quote, take a big swing at quarterback this offseason. I don't know. And Billy, we've all played baseball. You know you don't get contact on all those swings. Sometimes you miss. So it doesn't mean they're going to hit a home run, but it appears they're going to be in the market for a quarterback. I'll just go with this one. Who would you rather have? And I've just seen these as a couple of options here. Would you rather have Derek Carr or Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback?
Well, for the sole fact that my wife thinks Jimmy Garoppolo is the best looking man on the face of the earth, and maybe she'll watch more games with me. That's a good reason to have him.
I think he's almost too pretty to be a successful quarterback, Weave.
I don't know. He's kind of a pretty... guys go, I guess.
I like Carr more than Garoppolo. I don't know if they're even going to be in the mix. Obviously, what happens with Rodgers, Russell Wilson. You've got some names out there that could be going different directions, but looks like Garoppolo's days are over in San Fran. Josh McDaniels could take the job there in Vegas and say, we're going to ride with Derek Carr and keep going. And Washington, of course, could always go the rookie route. I like Matt Corral from Ole Miss, but you've got Pickett from Pitt, Sam Howell from North Carolina, Malik Willis from Liberty, Carson Strong, Nevada, just to name a few. But I do, obviously, Billy, they're going to have a new quarterback in. We just don't know if it's going to be a vet or a rookie.
Yeah, well, I think if they're trying to make a home run swing, then to tell you the truth, Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, neither one of those seem like home run swings. Yeah. When I think of home run, I'm thinking Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, maybe those guys have some sort of insight onto what's going on in that situation. I know Aaron Rodgers. That's a fluid situation there, and I truly do think that he's going to end up with another team. That's the home run swing you need to take. Because I think if you don't go and try and get a huge name like that, a Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers, that you got to go through the draft and build there up. But I think Washington has enough talent right now at other parts of the field, especially defensively. If they could shore up that quarterback position with a really good quarterback, especially a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, geez, I mean, that's a difference maker. I mean, immediate difference maker. I even think Derek Carr and Jimmy Garoppolo would be upgrades for sure. Will it take them to that next level? Who knows? I think they automatically become a playoff contender with any of those quarterbacks, but I think they become a serious contender with a really good future Hall of Famer, so to speak.
I just had some deja vu, Billy. We are having the same conversation we had at the end of last season when Washington went 7-9 and made the playoffs, as we are this year. Washington 7-10, missing the playoffs, but we still think, and part of the reason they did not succeed this year was the defense did not live up to the hype. I still love all the parts there. Hopefully Chase Young can come back strong, and he had a sophomore slump while he was healthy. I think he can come back and be an impact, and we're just having that same conversation. Can you get a quarterback on the field to lead this team to the playoffs? And I saw a pretty obvious but a good tweet that said, I don't want a quarterback better than Taylor Heineke. I want a quarterback better than Dak Prescott. So, let's not just get better. Let's try to win let's win the division, go to the playoffs,
Well, to tell you the truth, as much as I don't like Dallas, I wouldn't hate having Dak Prescott on.
Well, hell yeah.
Team.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would be a tremendous get. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but I agree with that. I think you need, if you're going to go in the market for, like I said before, I mean, if you're going to take a home run swing, and there's only a couple guys out there that are home run hitters as far as the quarterback position goes, and if they try to get them and they're unsuccessful, that's one thing. But at least make the move to try everything you get to get one of those guys in Washington.
Billy Weaver joining us. We've had issues with ownership, for years with Dan Snyder. Miami having some issues with ownership with Stephen Ross. Brian Flores has gone scorched earth and is trying to take down everybody. And if this stuff is true about the Dolphins owner, Stephen Ross, offering $100,000 for each loss in 2019, paying a coach to lose games like that is that's something I've never heard in the NFL before, and that would be this would open up a whole new can of worms. But again, Flores definitely has some sour grapes, but also is trying to enact some change, and he's got examples of racism in the hiring process. But again, I'm kind of this story has so many parts. I'm really focused on this Ross thing. If he actually attempted to pay a head coach to lose games in the NFL, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would disrupt. That would involve the integrity of the game.
Yeah,
and it really would, because that's when you get into just very unethical. I mean, the NFL protects that shield, and that is something the NFL could definitely not stand behind and defend. That's for sure. I think that's a huge issue there. As far as the racism thing, I don't know what to the extent of that. I do know that the Miami Dolphins, they do have a general manager of color who was one, I guess, in my knowledge of the situation, is the one that fired Brian Flores. Now, do I believe Brian Flores should have been fired? I don't think so. I mean, he ended the Dolphins ended the season on a great note. I mean, they really did. They're on the upswing. This thing is gonna be in the news for quite some time, surely. But the biggest thing to me is the paying for losses. That would be a huge one, to say the least. And
part of the evidence of the racism claim is, with the Rooney Rule, you have to interview a minority candidate. Bill Belichick sends Brian Flores a text saying, "Congratulations on the Giants job," and Flores is like, "What, Giants? I'm interviewing with them, later this week or whatever." And he's saying, "Yeah, I think you'll get it." And Flores eventually said, "Are you talking to me or Brian Daboll?" and Belichick says, "Whoops, I bleeped that up." And that's how he and I don't know if that's circumstantial evidence or if the Giants really had a coach in place and just interviewed Flores for a fake interview, so to speak. But an accidental text, we've all done it before. But that really kind of opened up the can of worms here, I think.
Yeah, and I thought about that earlier today. I thought about how many times I've sent out an accidental text that went to somebody that it wasn't supposed to. Now, fortunately, I've never sent out any, disparaging remarks about another person or anything like that. Just you're going through text messages, or you have a couple people that are texting you at the same time.
Yeah.
And, I know I've texted probably Brian Meador, "Yeah, I'll pick that up on the way home." Text back from Meador going, "What are you talking about?" And I'm, trying to text my wife. So, yeah, but this is...
And especially with Brian. I mean, we're talking about two Brians here. We got North, Bailey, and Meador. Like, I could send Meador a text thinking it's Bailey, saying, "Man, I'm sick of Meador." And it turns out I'm sending it to Meador. There's too many dang Brians, Billy. That's one of the problems.
Oh, yeah. In this day and age, too, of text messages, emails, and everything, this is not like days of old where, it's he said, she said, my word against your word kind of thing. Now you have proof. Now you have, legitimate proof of someone sending you an email, someone sending you a text message. And not only that, because of this situation is that this was before the hiring was even done and announced. So then, of course, everything now is time-stamped, so you know exactly when the text message, when the emails, or whatever have been sent, so you know a timeline of it. So this is a sticky situation with this Brian Flores thing, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. And he's Brian Flores. He's not feeling good about what happened in Miami, obviously, and he's willing to take down anybody that he can to kind of right a wrong in his eyes.
Pro Bowl this weekend, so we're going to continue this news cycle here with all this going on until we do get to the Super Bowl next Sunday, Weave. And I tell you what, the Bengals making the Super Bowl is not doing any favors for Washington and Ron Rivera and Carolina and Matt Rule, because I've seen Washington and Carolina fans over the last weekend using two different examples, saying, I'm sick of Ron Rivera talking about the culture and building this process. And then I saw Panthers fans saying, I'm sick of Matt Rule talking about 3 to 5 years building something. When Joe Burrow comes in and does it in year 2, that makes fans of other franchises even more impatient. And honestly, there's something to that. It's about getting that quarterback, and boy, you can turn things around quickly. And again, that's going to make fan bases like ours and Carolina and others even more impatient to have a winner.
Yeah, and I think everybody's impatient to have a winner now anyway. It doesn't matter. I mean, the days of having head coaches get, 5 years to kind of build, those days have been long.
In every sport.
In every sport,
yeah.
Every level too. Not
yeah.
So you're talking about the college level,
right? I
mean, you're talking about every level of every sport. I mean, this is a what have you done for me lately kind of environment that we live in now. So nobody gets any grace period. It's you got to come in, you got to be dynamic, you got to win now, and if you're not winning now, you're being shown the door. And that's just kind of the world we live in right now.
Bengals will go into this one with a lot of young, flashy draft picks with the way they've built this team, Weave, and a young head coach as well. Rams have a young head coach on their side, but they have more of a build-it type of team. Now, of course, they drafted Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald and have had those stars, but you bring in Stafford, Ramsey, Beckham, Von Miller. They have built this thing to win now. So kind of going about it two different ways. It sets up for a really fun matchup. I really like this matchup, Weave, where no Brady, no Patriots, no Chiefs. It's something new, something different.
Yeah, it is very different. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Bengals bandwagon, just for the fact that, they're the underdog, and I think America just loves an underdog, and especially if you don't have, quote-unquote, a dog in the fight, so to speak. If your team is not playing, a lot of people just tend to root for the underdog, and especially betting folks. There's going to be a lot of money put on the Bengals. It's going to be a fun matchup. I really think it is. And, all the pieces are there for Los Angeles to win this thing, and kind of neat that it's the first time in NFL history that an NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl are all going to be played in a home stadium. So, we saw last year with, Brady and company playing in their home stadium in a Super Bowl, but they didn't play the NFC Championship game there. So This is going to be something that's going to be different. Beautiful stadium, beautiful setting too. I just hope we get a good game, because after watching the divisional rounds and then the AFC and NFC championship games, it has been a heck of a playoff.
No doubt.
And it's just going to be very disheartening if we don't have a Super Bowl that lives up to all the expectations. And when I say that, being a close game at the end, we've seen comebacks, we've seen close games, we've seen walk-off field goals. I guess there was 4 walk-offs in the divisional round. So if we don't have a Super Bowl that kind of lives up to that, it's going to be a little disappointing.
By the way, Billy, if you want to place your bet for NFC champion next year, if this hosts the Super Bowl trend continues, next year's Super Bowl will be in Arizona. So take the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that'd be a bad. That could.
And how about we went 54 Super Bowls without a team hosting, and now it's happened 2 years in a row.
Right, you're right. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. And I tell you what, it's not out of the realm of possibility for Arizona. Who would have picked at the beginning of the year the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl? I think the odds on them going to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year was the same as the Jaguars.
That is crazy. Yeah, I saw that this week. That's nuts.
Yeah, so if you had taken the Bengals at the beginning of the season and put a few bucks on them to make it to the Super Bowl, you'd be looking pretty fat right now.
How wild is the NFL? We got Super Bowl coming up. We've got Commanders. We've got the Brian Flores stuff. Tom Brady retired. Like, it's kind of an afterthought now.
You know what? When the news first broke of Tom Brady retiring, he didn't want that. He didn't want that to be the focal point because he's not that kind of guy that's going to try and steal the spotlight away from the NFL. So that was something that was released a little earlier than he wanted it to. But that's the crazy thing is that, and not only that, how about poor Ben Roethlisberger? I mean, he's going to have to share the podium with him.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame speeches. I mean, that's got it. Roethlisberger, I think, stayed a little bit longer than he should have, and maybe Brady retired a little earlier than he should have, just because of the fact that he told everybody he was going to stay around till he was 45 years old and all that. So now it's going to be interesting because those are both first ballot Hall of Famers, and Roethlisberger and Brady on the same podium at the Hall of Fame induction is going to be interesting for sure.
I guess it's probably going to be Big Ben, Brady, and Gronk. I would imagine too. We've all up there at the same time.
Yeah, that's going to be wow. That's going to be something.
All right, Billy, let's get a win in Minges tonight. I think they can do it. Do you remember covering Damian Dunn when he was a local high school kid here?
I do. Yeah.
He's going to be here tonight. He had 33 against ECU in the first meeting between the Owls and the Pirates. Temple, a 1.5-point favorite tonight. So basically a pick 'em tonight in Minges. Pirates trying to snap a losing streak, and hopefully they can do that tonight. We have great game last time these two teams met. Should be good tonight.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was right at the buzzer, wasn't it?
It was right at the end. He buried a dagger, an absolute dagger, to win it for Temple.
Yeah. And, I think we're going to have another close one tonight. I got to like ECU's chances. They played so well at home. They're 10-2 this year at home. Of course, they lost to UCF after being up 20 and still had a chance at the end of that thing to win it before losing to UCF. And then, of course, Cincinnati, they trailed just about all of that game. They were down 10, 12 points for most of the second half of that game, and that one, came right down to the wire and basically a last-second shot. Cincinnati hitting, getting a rebound and hitting a shot with 3.7 seconds left, and ECU just couldn't get anything off at the other end. A good look. So the two losses that they have this year at Minges Coliseum, the Pirates have played very well in and had chances to win them against very good teams. UCF, very good team, and of course, we all know about Cincinnati. So it's going to be a good game tonight. But I got to go with the Pirates. If this is a pick 'em, I think I'm picking the Pirates to win this one.
I think they come out on top tonight as well. We've anything else going on? What else you up to these days?
No, just trying to sell some cars.
All right.
It's yeah. Hey, and let me just say this. I know this is a shameless plug, but I'm about to do something on social media. I have been here 4.5 months, and I'm getting close to the 50 cars sold mark.
All right.
Which for me is a milestone. So I'm going to put it out there. For my 50th customer that comes and buys a car from me, I'll give them $500.
All right, there you go. We're doing deals during interviews now. So Brown and Wood, go see Billy Weaver. If you are his 50th customer, $500, just like that.
Bam, just like that. $500, you come see me. I'm not going to tell you how many I've sold so far, but I'm very close to 50.
Okay.
So if you're the 50th customer, so I don't want to say the next person.
Right. We're
going to make a little contest of it. So I'm very close to 50. And we'll get there very, very soon. So get on down here, buy a vehicle, and if you're number 50, I'll give you $500.
Simple as that. Weave, good stuff.
Just because you're part of the family doesn't mean you're not eligible to win. Kind of like if you're on the radio and you can't win your cool prizes there.
Everybody's eligible?
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody is eligible.
There you go. We've appreciate it, man. Enjoyed the chat. Go Commanders. Go Durs. Commies. Manders.
Oh no, we can't do that.
You know it's coming. You got to just prepare yourself for all the insults, so you know what to, you know what to combat. So.
If I was a Dallas fan, I would just look at Washington fans and go, "Durr."
Bailey likes calling them the Commodores.
Commodores.
Yeah. Get ready for that one too. Weave, have a good one, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, we'll see you.
Billy Weaver joining us on this Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live, fellow Durs fan. All right, Shirley Rhodes, let's make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
We are going to open up the booty bag here on a Wednesday. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
A large two-topping pizza, courtesy of Domino's.
All right. What caller?
Caller number 8.
Okay. Caller 8, 317-1250. You can be a winner. Right now, we will have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville. Do you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems? Perhaps professional cleaning of your air ducts could help. Family owned and operated in Winterville for over 22 years, Carolina Quality Air was the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. From residential to commercial, they can handle any size job, big or small, including our studios here at Pirate Radio. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 viruses, including the coronavirus. Visit them online at carolinaqualityair.com.
Hey, this is John Grillo, the Bagel Man. You know I love bagels. I don't settle for frozen bagels. That's why we make our bagels right here in Greenville from scratch every day. If you're coming into Bagel Man, you'll notice that there's some renovation going on. Our menu is bigger and better than ever. Our sandwiches, heroes, subs, salads, wraps, bagel dogs, fresh baked pastries, and our new coffee bar. Soon we're going to be opening for dinner. Don't forget Bagel Man for all your catering needs on Fire Tower Road in Greenville.
If you like the look, if you like the style, you'll love it for less at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We make it so easy to bring style and beauty to every room in your home. And today, get store-wide savings on brands you love, with hundreds in stock and ready for you. Pamper yourself on a new Serta Arctic mattress and get 2 free Arctic pillows. Plus, 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. Now, at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelves and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week. Plus, the Buck has live music every night, along with football. The Buck has a brand new 15-foot 4K screen, the only one in Greenville, and over 18 big screens with all your college and pro action. Sunday Fun Day will also be stocked with the biggest Bloody Mary and Mimosa bar, along with the NFL Sunday Ticket and food trucks out back. Check out the Buccaneer Music Hall. Open every day, noon until 2 a.m., with live music every night, and now football and food trucks during the day.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was another good day for the stock market. The Dow was up 224 points and closed at 35,629. The NASDAQ was up 71 at 14,417. And the S&P was ahead 42 points at 4,589. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All righty, Pirates trying to snap a losing streak tonight in Minges Coliseum. They've been good at home. I can't remember if it was Jeff or Weave talking about the just two losses at home. And you think about those two losses, you had one to UCF where ECU's up 20. Knights come back, get a 3 late, descended into overtime. And then the game just this past Sunday where East Carolina fights back, has a 1-point lead late, and Cincinnati gets a bucket with 3 seconds left. So that close to being perfect at home, trying to get back to their winning ways tonight against Temple. At last check, Temple was a 1.5-point favorite over East Carolina. I will check that again right now and see that line is down to 1. It has gone a full point and a half down, I want to say. Maybe it started at 2. But people liking the Pirates tonight, I think.
People are pushing P.
That's cap. I think the Pirates win tonight. I got a good feeling. Chandler Honeycutt shares that feeling. So let's see him get it done. Let's get Chandler Honeycutt's keys to the game. Who needs to have a big night tonight, Chandler?
We need to get Vance Jackson back going, especially beyond the arc. Need to get him knocking down some threes. And, how about the Splash Bros? Add the bro in there. J.J. Miles. Get him going a little bit, too.
A little bit. I was thinking need a big Newton night. Need a Newton night, and part of that is not turning the ball over. 6 turnovers last game.
I was going to say, well, the Pirates in general don't need to turn the ball over, but yeah, Tristan Newton definitely needs to watch the turnovers.
Yeah, he's been struggling with that of late. It hadn't really been an issue this season, but man, of late, he has really struggled turning the ball over, and something they're going to have to do tonight.
And continue to can your soups. The Pirates have been doing a good job at the line.
Now, where'd you get that line from? Who made that famous?
I've heard it from different people.
You got to can your soup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my dad and his friends always say it.
Soup canners?
Yeah.
What was ECU from the line the other night? I think last time I looked, they were like 12 or 13 or something. Let me see what they finished at. That was a really a bright spot in the loss Sunday to Cincinnati. East Carolina going to the line, hitting free throws, really kept them in the game. You remember the first half, Chandler, we talked about it. They did not make a single 2-point field goal.
That's crazy.
They hit some threes, but most of the damage was done at the free throw line. East Carolina the other night, 23 of 27 from the free throw line.
That is awesome.
I mean, they're not going to have 27 free throws tonight.
No 2-point field goals in the first half, and the Pirates were only down 6, which is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So for the game, East Carolina ended up making 15 field goals. They had 6 threes and 9 twos, all 9 of those coming in the second half. East Carolina was 5 of 24 in the first half the other day. Of course, those numbers shouldn't shock you. They have struggled offensively against Memphis and Houston, the 2 previous games.
Definitely Houston.
Let me look at that first half against Temple. One of the best first halves of basketball we've seen from the Pirates in a while. Last time they took on the Temple Owls, East Carolina eventually lost the game 78-75. They had a lead at halftime, and in that first half, so they made 5 shots first half Sunday. East Carolina was 15 of 30 in the first half of that Temple game, the first time they played. 10 more made field goals, at halftime. 2 of 7 from 3, 8 for 8 from the line. They played it wasn't a perfect first half, but one that gave them a lead. They were out in transition and really looked like a good basketball team and came back down to earth the second half. Here's one for you, Chandler. Who was the leading scorer for ECU last time they played Temple?
The leading scorer...
We have not said his name. We've said Newton, we've said Jackson, we've said Miles. Who was the leading scorer that day?
R.J. Felton.
Alonzo Frank had 15.
Wow.
5 of 6 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Maybe he's a factor tonight because we haven't seen him be much of a factor since then, really.
Yeah, I want to see him be more aggressive under the basket. He likes to do the pump fake stuff, and the good thing about that is that he does draw a lot of fouls and does get to the line, and most of the time he knocks down his free throws. So I want to see some more aggressiveness from Alonzo Frank under the basket, but he is able to get some guys to jump, but, I mean, you do that, a little too much. I mean, they're not going to bite on it as much. So, but he does a good job down low. Just want to see him get a little bit more aggressive.
You're saying a little bit a lot.
A little bit.
You're getting back into your little bit rhythm.
Yeah, I know.
John Moody says Chandler's impersonation of Gary Hahn was so entertaining, I'm almost ready to make him an honorary member of the Sugboat.
Oh, please.
Hashtag Touchdown State.
Touchdown State.
It is good.
So how did you get on the Sugboat? My Gary Hahn's really good. That's going to be y'all's entertainment at dinner. Y'all just want me on the boat.
Right. You're not a member of the boat, but we do need to have hired entertainment.
Like every night on a cruise ship, you have different entertainment.
Music, comedy,
magician. What's tonight? We're going to see like a show? Oh, no. Yeah, the guy's coming on. He's doing some Gary Hahn impressions.
He's going to read some state transcripts from their games 5 years ago.
In the Case IH Red Zone. The first horizon, first down.
Yeah.
Touchdown State! Crowd claps on the Sugboat. All four of you.
Encore.
Do more.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We are back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 and save up to $2,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates.
Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself.
But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's Bo time.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks. East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. You can subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Looking forward to talking some college basketball Thursday on Pirate Radio Live with Coach Mac. Mac McCarthy will join us on the program. We will talk to a very happy, I'll word it this way. Troy D will join us in a very good mood. Do you know why?
I'm trying to think.
Tomorrow's weather.
Oh, it's going to be in the 70s.
A low of 62, a high of 71.
That's crazy.
Crazy balls.
Well, it's like I said, North Carolina weather's drunk.
He's going to be ecstatic.
Troy, it's going to be the happiest Troy D's been on the show all year. It looks like a nice weather day in Eastern North Carolina on Thursday. I can keep the hoodie at home. It's shorts weather on Thursday, folks.
I was thinking about that this morning.
Break out the shorties. Yeah. All right, we will see you then Thursday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. Thanks for tuning in today, everyone. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live.